Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. So happy to be back. I am your host, Project Bloom, joined by Jake Lyons. Happy to be back. Was a little sick last week. Had to take a little bit of a break, but we're here. We're back. We're ready to go. We're ready to walk you through the World League as we always do. Jake, talk to me. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Cannot wait to get into this. As always, we have an amazing slate of games ahead of us.
We sure do. Today's going to be an exciting one. As always, all these players so amazingly talented that every single game has to deliver. Let's talk about the World League, though. What are we doing and what are we even playing? The game of GeoGuessr, that's what we're here to do. So talk to me about how GeoGuessr even works, and then we'll talk about how they play it in the World League.
So for anyone unfamiliar, the idea behind GeoGuessr is that you are given a location somewhere random in the world on Google Street View, and your objective is to figure out where you are using clues around you, whether that be signage or architecture or road lines or landscape or anything else like that. And then once you think you have an idea, you open the mini-map in the bottom right, you put down a pin as close to the location as possible, and you get points depending on how close you are, with the maximum being 5K. Or 5,000 points.
And then within that, competitively, when we play this game, we have 3 game modes that we play it in. We always start off with a moving game. The players can move around freely with no restrictions. They can find whatever information they can, but they only have a minute to do so. Gotta find whatever info you can in that 1 minute. Then we move on to our second game, which is a no moving game. On no moving, the players spawn in, and from their spawn point, they can't move up and down the road anymore, but they get one 360 panorama from that spawn point. They can zoom in on stuff, they can pan around, but no more moving up and down the road. And then if we get a tiebreaker, these are best of 3s, that tiebreaker will be no moving, panning, or zooming. This is where you get one still singular image. That's all you get to look at. That's all you get to make your guess. There's no moving, there's no looking around, there's nothing. With 3 points on offer in a best of 3, if we get a 2-1, if you win one of those game modes right there, you're still going to get a point, but the winner of the overall matchup is going to get 2 points added to the world ranking. However, if you do get a 2-0, considering the 3 points were on offer, you get all 3 possible points added to the world ranking, and that world ranking is going to decide who ends up qualifying directly for the World Cup this summer. That's what we're playing for every single week, and here we are, week 12. This is where everything stands. Consis is in first place, tied with RC, but it looks like Consis has actually played 1 less match and has the same amount of points. Jake, talk to me about what else you're looking at here.
Well, we've got a lot of intense matchups near the top of the table in this slot today. We've seen MK is actually in 3rd ahead of Blinky. I think Blinky's been top 3 in the league pretty much since it began, and it's worth noting MK has played a couple more matches than Blinky, but still interesting to see that little shake up there. But we're getting to the point where we're past halfway, and standings are starting to settle a little bit. And, you know, we're really going to be starting to look at, you know, who's in that top 12, who do we think is going to qualify directly for the World Cup, who's going to make it to regionals. It's getting a little more intense, a little closer to the end, and the players are, you know, really feeling like they have to perform.
Yeah, we're definitely getting there. Early on in this league, there was a lot of talk of, oh, you know, well, we got a lot to go. We'll really see how things play out. But players are really starting to separate themselves here and making some pretty big moves. I'm also noticing Gingy is up in 10th right now. Definitely the highest I've seen him so far. So very impressive from him to rise up there. And Harrier too in 6th place, still holding that after last week's performance. Some great stuff. We're going to have some really great matches between a lot of these players here. Today, let's take a look at what we're going to see. We're going to start off with Blinky versus Sadzu. That's coming up very shortly here, and that's going to be a great one. And then after that will be Orlando and Clement in our first slot of the day. When you look at this set of matches, Jake, is there any that really stand out to you? Any that you really think that people gotta see?
I absolutely love Debre versus Captain. These are 2 players that we haven't really seen that much in this time slot, and they're also 2 players who have been performing incredibly well. I think better than most people expected them to, especially Captain. So they're both very much near the top of the table and looking to qualify directly for that World Cup. So that's a super, super fun match. I also love Malfunction versus Moo, 2 players who are more moving oriented, and I think very, very evenly matched as well.
Yeah, I think those are going to be really great ones. A lot of really great ones all around. We're going to get a lot of RC too in the middle of the day, so Lots of fun stuff to come. It's going to be really exciting. We are going to be starting off with a banger, though. We're getting Blinky versus Sadzu. Going to be quite exciting. Blinky, again, our last GeoGuessr World Cup winner. So, kind of a hard opponent to face for Sadzu here, especially starting off the day. But should be an exciting match. Do you have any thoughts there, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, Blinky, we know him, we love him, world champion 2024. Sadzu, again, a player we haven't seen quite as much as a team, I would say. So it's going to be exciting to see them face off against each other. Sadzu definitely weaker in the moving mode. It's definitely his weakest mode. Blinky, of course, being probably the best moving player in the world. A little bit of an imbalance there, but what's going to be really interesting is to see whether Sadzu can take the no move and or the NMPZ.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Sadzu has been performing very well. We saw earlier, I think he's 21st right now in the world ranking. Not a terrible place to be in. Not like Blinky's 4th place, but he's definitely doing well, and I think in the games we have seen him play, he has performed pretty great. But yeah, Blinky here with that 81% win rate, pretty unreal, hard to match.
Yep, and then 65% of his guesses have been above 4,500 points. Also very, very impressive considering that's, of course, an average across all modes. You see Sadzu, slightly lower precision rate, slightly lower win rate, and also a slightly lower average guess time. But we'll see. I mean, I think the moving game is going to be fascinating because I don't know what kind of strategy we're going to see from Sadzu. Is he going to send really fast to prevent Blinky from getting to information, or what? So,
yeah,
interesting to see.
It's definitely a possible strategy against these really amazing moving players. You don't let them look around, you don't let them find information, so we'll see if he opts to do that. But yeah, again, looking at where they stand on the leaderboard, Blinky in 4th right now, and has definitely held 1st very, very often so far. But down in 4th right now, though very close to his other opponents there, and Sadzu, 21st, 34 in 20 matches. Blinky, 53 in 21. This is going to be a banger. Gotta love it.
And an important match for both players, especially Sadzu. I think he's kind of right on the edge of where he needs to be if he wants to qualify for the European regionals. So definitely feeling the pressure. And Blinky, it's been a bit of a weaker run of form for him recently. Now that's not saying too much when it comes to Blinky, but as you said, he's been close to 1st the entire time. So we'll see if Sadzu can take advantage of that.
Yeah, there's been a couple game-ending blunders for Blinky in some recent matches that have definitely not gone his way, so we'll see if he can lock back in a little bit. He is so talented.
I'm surprised Sadzu isn't insta-sending, but he just did, so. Blinky can read pretty much all the Indian scripts as far as I'm aware, so not a country where you want to be against him in moving, but it looks like Blinky won't get information here and he'll have to make a region guess. And it's a pretty different one, actually.
Yeah. Farther south, and it is farther south. A really good region guess, actually. It's going to deal 1,500 points of damage on round 1.
Yep. Sadzu figured moving more isn't going to help me much, so he's going to try and make a guess. But Blinky, a very good India player, not only moving, but also when he just has a landscape. So definitely a good start for him there. Kazakhstan is another... it's Oman. Well, oops. I still can't tell these two countries apart. I see empty landscape, and I'm just like, it's one of them.
Yeah, one of them.
Looks like both players are on the same road here.
Yeah, I think they are. Blinky possibly considering a different one, 31, but he's going to keep it there. The timer is going to run out, and they're both going to be on the same road, so we shouldn't see too many points. Sadzu is going to be a little bit closer, though. Just going to deal a little bit of damage there, 129. We're going to go on to round 3.
Oh my gosh. I really need to take the probably 5 minutes it would require to learn the difference between Kazakhstan and Oman.
No, we let them learn it, and we get the 50-50 wrong on the cast.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
Oh man. All right, urban Germany, definitely a different vibe. The first couple rounds were extremely rural and low on information, but we'll see if Blinky can find something he can use to his advantage here. Or Sadzu. Sadzu has a sign, and I don't know what it says, but he appears to be scanning pretty far west.
Yeah, I couldn't read exactly what it said, but Blinky does not have that same sign. He's looking at different information here. He does see some water actually there to the north, so... Wait, that's going to make these guesses really different here. Because Sadzu's not seen the water north. Blinky has and has locked it in.
The town, I think he's got a town name somewhere. So, yeah, you know, if Blinky zooms in that fast and sends that fast, he's usually not wrong.
I think Sadzu might be thinking of something else. Yeah, he was not on it. Blinky with the 4997 is going to deal so much damage. Sadzu already on 2100 health, and we're going into only round 4.
Yeah, I couldn't see what Sadzu had on that sign. It was covered by his map, but it was probably some sort of bait information that led him to the wrong place. Sadzu lining up the road. Okay.
Yeah, seems like it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he had the city name or an area code or what, but the road angle does look good for where he clicked there in Goiás. So, see if Blinky follows suit here. A little more north.
He's in Goiás, though, so shouldn't see too many points if one of them's right. Let's see, does Sadzu get it? He doesn't. It's going to be Goiás. It's going to be farther north. It's going to be Blinky closer. Once again, 1400 damage, Sadzu. 642 health. I mean, it's so hard to go up against Blinky on moving.
Yep. And again, like we said, Blinky moving is his strongest mode. Sadzu moving is definitely his weakest mode. So this is definitely the most lopsided of the 3 modes. So I think it's going about as expected so far. But doesn't mean it's over. Sadzu only needs a good round or 2.
It's doable. The multipliers are 3 times damage right now on round 5. So let's say Sadzu gets some information, Blinky doesn't. Makes a good guess. We'll see, but Blinky actually is going to get the guess in first this round. Sadzu doesn't look too confident yet.
Blinky has a billboard or some kind. I don't know if it has an area code or anything like that. Sadzu's in the same region, but I think he could still lose. Yep.
Wow, Blinky is just too good. Right there on it, winning the moving game, and we go on a no move.
Dominant from Blinky. And again, I think that's probably what most of us expected out of that game. But we will see if he's able to close it out or if Sadzu can make a comeback here. Because again, Sadzu, one of the best no-move NFPZ players in the entire league. So despite his weaker moving performances, he's still doing pretty well in the league so far. And that really speaks to his skill in the other modes.
Yeah, let's see what happens here now that we are on no move, as you mentioned. The players spawn in. Again, no moving up and down the road anymore, as you can see, but they can still pan around and zoom. Sadzu, feeling confident on a North Mexican road, the 57 here, possibly. He's trying to line it up. Blinky as well. Opens up the map and thinking just the same area, too, but he's looking at the 1. Both players looking at the 1 now.
Couple of 1s, I think. Yeah, they're pretty close to each other, though. And,
wow.
Yeah, a little bit further south.
A little bit further south, but really great guesses. Both look like they're in the correct state there.
Yeah, players on the same wavelength there. I mean, it's always impressive when even when it's the wrong place, when you see 2 pros guess in, like, the exact same place, it's like, you can kind of tell they were thinking just pretty much the same thing.
I always love that. We got it quite a bit. Round 2 now.
India round.
Yeah, back in India. Blinky thinking Maharashtra again. Sadzu, Madhya Pradesh, farther north. Blinky, he just knows it too well. 2200 damage on only round 2. Wow.
Yeah, do not mess with Blinky in India. I don't know how strong Sadzu considers himself to be in India, but that's probably not a country he wants to see.
Round 3. Senegal. Quick guess from Blinky. Sadzu's got to follow suit. He should get this. It feels Western.
Sure. Does Blinky have the town, or did he just put a pin down? I'm not sure, but yeah, he does. It was written somewhere.
What in the world? The 4998 in Senegal. Did he see it on a sign? What happened?
Probably. Yeah.
He must
I
have.
I didn't quite see it myself, but yeah. Give him any piece of information. He's not gonna hold back on you.
Round 4 now. 2.5 times damage on a Spain, possibly.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
It looks
Blinky.
somewhat Western, maybe. I like the Extremadura zoom from Blinky because it sort of looks similar to landscapes that you see in Portugal. Both players seem to have roughly the same idea. Blinky possibly trying to line the road up.
Let's see what they can do here. Sadzu Zooming in the map. Yeah, still trying to line up something if he can. But again, these two guesses should be pretty close to each other. We should not see too many points here. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. Sadzu, you're going to want to be closer here if you can. Any points will matter. Again,
he's
both
moved a little more north.
Oh, and he's closer again. What in the world? 500 more damage there to Sadzu's health bar. Sadzu, 2,300. Blinky close to flawless.
Yeah, Blinky playing incredibly so far in this game. Sadzu really has not had much of an opportunity to take anything back. We'll see if Brazil can change that, although we do have this, like, rocky mountain to the west here, which is very common exactly where Blinky clicked. The state of Espirito Santo, you get a lot of mountains that look pretty much exactly like this.
What?
Roraima? What?
No.
I never thought Roraima
Never.
here.
Those mountains are so East Coast there. Right there. Amazing guess from Blinky. Takes the no-moving game in the entire matchup. What in the world? I mean, that's just... You gotta know those mountains. They're classic Espirito Santo mountains.
Yeah, and Blinky was 400 kilometers away there, so honestly, it could have been an opportunity for Sadzu to get some points back, but maybe panicked a little bit. I don't know, maybe just decided he needed to take a risk, needed to do something to try and win, but didn't quite work out for him there, so a dominant 2-0 victory for Blinky, and he gets back on track with that.
Yeah, really dominant victory there. He's going to pick up 3 points from that, taking all 3 possible points on offer in that matchup. That's great for his world ranking, especially if he wants to regain his first place he held for many weeks there. So we'll see if he gets it back. But a great match to start the day, an exciting one, a masterclass from Blinky. Fun one. Guys, next up, we have another match in this slot. It's going to be Orlando versus Clement. I think this is going to be an exciting one, too. We got to speak to Clement, actually, a couple weeks ago in an interview, which was nice, because I didn't know him too well before this, but nice to get to talk to him, and he has been performing pretty well, so it should be good to see him. And then Orlando, Imperial Orlando legend, one of our only esports signed GeoGuessr pros, so should be a good match. Jake, any thoughts about that one coming up?
One of our only? Is there another one?
Or our only.
So far. Yeah. So, I mean, I think both of these players are pretty similar in standing so far. I think I checked before, and they both were at about 1.5 times as many points as matches, which is kind of on the bubble of where you want to be in terms of are you going to qualify for regionals or not. So both players definitely feeling that this is a really, really important time, really needing to get some wins on the board. I imagine we'll see some pretty similar stats from both of them. 46% win rate for Orlando, and that even 50% precision. And yeah, exactly. 45% for Clement and 48%. So super, super similar across the board. So I think we should see a really even matchup here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be contested. I hope it goes the distance. You think it will?
I hope so too. I think it would be fun to see a tiebreaker between these two. Hard to say for sure, but yeah, I think it will.
Let's hope for it. I'm gonna pull up some stats here. Actually, I want to see their. Yeah, so it looks like Orlando's got a 55% moving win rate, while Clement has a 37. So again, if we're just looking at the stats, possibly an Orlando moving win to start us off. But that's if we're only trusting the stats. We'll see what happens. The players are finally off to the races.
Yeah, stats only get you so far. You never know what's going to happen when you get into the game. But yeah. Orlando maybe with a slight advantage in moving, at least comparatively. We'll see if Clement can throw a wrench into that narrative. We got a Southern U.S. round by the looks of it here. At the very least, a U.S. round. See if the other player can get anything. I mean, I doubt either of these guys would know area codes, but if you're able to find something else, some sort of town name, any piece of written info, it can help you a ton, because the U.S., not an easy country to guess, just based off of a landscape like this.
Got an Arkansas from Clement, Orlando, Mississippi, so they're close by. Timer runs out. Clement with an amazing guess to start the moving game.
That is a great guess. I don't think he had anything to go off of. He was just vibe guessing based off of the architecture and the plates on the cars. So, really, really nice start for him. Ooh. Minahasa Tangara.
Ooh.
Orlando knows this, and looks like he does. I think Clement's a little bit too far northeast, and Orlando's on... I think Orlando's a bit closer here. Southeastern, yeah, he is in the right area. So both of the players looks like they know their Kabupaten. Or at least, you know, well enough to get close. But Orlando, I imagine, will be a bit closer. Ah, okay. It's right between them.
Just equidistant. 3 points, Orlando. Tiny bit closer. Lovely little 3 there.
No harm done there, but that was kind of just a little bit of a checkpoint for both players. Like, do you know your Kabupaten? Can you figure out the right region in Indonesia? Because if either player got caught out by that, it would have been major, major damage. With both players passing that test.
Clement opting to make a really quick guess here, putting the pressure on Orlando, not letting him find an area code, as we always mentioned, but he's going to see some signs. But he is Brazilian, too. He could recognize more than Clement.
I don't know if he has any info. Just gets the guess in. Similar area. But a nice one from Orlando there.
Very nice. He's a little bit closer. They're pretty even in health here, actually, now. Orlando with a slight lead. Taking us into round 4, 2.5 times damage on the multiplier.
In Australia, it looks like an insta-guess from Orlando here.
Oh, wow.
Feels confident about Melbourne. That is a Victoria bus stop, so Orlando definitely in the right state here. And Melbourne is never a bad place to guess when you're in Victoria.
Clement follows suit. Both there. Nothing really to write home about. 50 points. Takes us to round 5.
Okay. Looks like possibly the UAE, I would imagine, with these street signs that we have here. It looks like we have coast to the east, which is gonna put both players on that east coast near the city of Fujairah. So again, I don't imagine we'll see basically any damage done here, but all it does is increase the multipliers and make those next rounds just a little bit more intense.
Wow, but Clement, really good guess. But again, they're just right there. Very similar guesses. The 4997 from Clement. Orlando, still with a lead, but it's less than 100 points. Round 6, 3.5 times multiplier now.
I think we'd be in New Brunswick, maybe? It looked like we had a bilingual street sign. You had the French word and then the street name and then the English word. So, oh, okay. Maybe not. So Clement goes for Northern Quebec. I guess I thought I saw a bilingual street sign, but maybe not. We'll see if Orlando does the same or if he does go New Brunswick here.
He's going to New Brunswick.
And I thought it was New Brunswick.
And it is! Wow, what a guess from Orlando. Really nice. That wins him the game, too! Wow.
The amount of damage was exactly equal to the amount of health Orlando had, but it was just
a
little bit higher than what Clement had. So, yeah, I think Clement maybe just rushed the guess a little bit there. Maybe saw the word rue in front of the street name and went on autopilot. Didn't pay attention to the fact that this word street was also there. And Orlando kept his head, made a nice guess, and he takes game 1.
Now we go into no moving. 1360 panorama, that's it, and we're in Brazil. Orlando's home country. Clement, however, puts on the pressure first. Makes a guess far north in Roraima.
I like the guess, yeah. I mean, we have some mountains in the distance. I could definitely see it, although Orlando looks like he's thinking something a little different.
Wow, yeah, he's going Pará Maranhão border. It is Roraima. Clement, gonna be closer on Orlando's home turf. That's 2,000 damage in round 1.
You can see Orlando not super happy with himself after that. I think maybe the quick guess from Clement might have put him off a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, Clement, he had the vibe. He was confident. He went for it and made an excellent guess. But no multipliers. Orlando still 4k health left. Got plenty to play for still here.
round 2, and Clement's kind of zoomed in over on Lithuania. Orlando going the Baltics as well. We'll see if he also goes Lith or if he's going to go something else. Kind of going border here, but it's in Lithuania. It is going to be Latvia.
Wrong country challenge.
Wrong country challenge. Both are pulling a name in. I feel like you get a lot of like those dirt type roads in Latvia.
Yep. Ooh. Okay, this is probably northern India. He's going for Sikkim. The thing with northern India is that there's a lot of mountainous areas in India, but they're all very far apart from each other, so there can still be massive damage done in a round like this. We'll see what part of India... Oh, he actually goes for Odisha, so he doesn't go north.
Oh, wow, but he's considering going north, but he doesn't.
And it's Mizoram.
Wow.
Yep.
That is insane. Clement is still going to technically be closer there. 1,000 points of damage to Orlando's health.
Yeah, you see tall mountains in the northwest. You see them in the north between Nepal and Bhutan, where Clement guessed, and then you see them in the northeast like that as well. It can be so difficult to tell them apart on a small road like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought both players thinking southern Thailand. I like it a lot. We have like rubber tree plantation here as well as the concrete road. Very, very typical of southern Thailand, so both players, yeah, pretty much the same idea here.
Yeah, both there. Makes a lot of sense, as you were saying. And they're both right on it. Orlando, tiny bit closer there. Not going to be too much, but 168 damage to Clement's health. Clement's still on 5,600 health here. Orlando, just less than half. Orlando's going to want a big country here, make a bit of a comeback. It's round 5. It's 3 times damage on the multiplier now. Clement thinking Turkey, thinking northern Turkey. Orlando thinking the same.
Yeah, I really like the guess somewhere around Istanbul maybe here. Fairly European looking landscape, I would say, but the pavement, the vegetation, feeling very Turkish to both players. I really like their guesses here. Again, I don't think we'll see too much damage. Wow, it's a bit more east than I think anyone expected there.
Wow. That's dealing huge damage, 2,400, and Orlando's on 516 health here. Clement almost flawlessing. Can Orlando bring it back right here, right now? Round 6, 3.5 times multiplier. Seems we're in Argentina, or... Oh, no, we're in southern Brazil, my bad.
Yeah, this is like literally Uruguay, except it isn't. So
yeah.
I think this is why the players are pretty far south.
It looks so much like Uruguay.
But, again, Orlando, 500 health. He's on the ropes here. Good guess from Clement, could knock him out.
But Orlando is going to be closer. You see, this is why I thought Argentina first. It looked like it was just Arge, but it's right over the border in Brazil. Orlando deals some decent damage there to Clement's health. Clement still, however, has a very big lead.
We have seen Orlando make comebacks from this far down before. Absolutely do not count him out here. But a rural Japan can be so difficult, especially when you don't have infrastructure clues, and I don't see much here. I don't see any pull plates. I'm not sure they have pull tops either. So they may just have to try and vibe guess this one.
Yeah, we'll see Clement just kind of clicking center. Orlando yet to open the map here. Less than 30 seconds left now. What information can they find? Clement seems poised to just make a guess in the middle. But the timer is running out. 15 seconds. Orlando, you gotta open your map. What are you thinking? 10 seconds left.
We'll see. Clement near Osaka. A little more northeast for Orlando. He switches to Osaka.
Oh, last second, they're just gonna be next to each other. Orlando's just gonna rack up the multi and take us to round 8.
It was Kyushu in the end. Definitely an opportunity for either player to achieve knockout damage there, but such a tricky round. But Orlando was up near Tokyo until the last second, and he would have lost if he kept his pin there.
Yeah, and now we're on round 8, and we're in Norway by the looks of it. Clement has a guess down southwest coast. Orlando, sort of central, but also kind of west coast.
As we've seen time and time again in this league, Norway is such a tricky country. It's going to be really difficult to tell the parts apart, but Clement is going to get the job done.
Wow, Clement's going to take it right there, and we're going to go on to NMPZ. No moving, panning, or zooming. Here we come. One still singular image. We're getting the tiebreaker.
This is what you love to see. And let's take a look at some stats here. Orlando, 50% NMPZ win rate, 5 out of 10. Whereas Clement is 4 out of 8, so hard to call this one. Both exactly 50%.
That's insane. Clement locks it in. They're both right there on top of each other. So close. 7 damage to start us off.
Very impressive from both players on that one. We'll
Round
see
2.
what separates them in the end. We've got dashed outer lines. France zoom from Clement definitely makes sense with the road lines. And it looks like he's in a similar area. The road lines are almost longer than normal, it feels. I don't know. They look kind of weird, but I can't really see anything other than France here, so, yep.
It is just going to be France. It's going to be south. It's going to be near Lyon. Clement, closer. Go on to round 3. 2 times damage. I like the Borneo, Malaysia. I like near Cebu on this.
Yeah, super flat landscape. Got some palm trees. Might put us somewhere close to the coast, but these areas in Sarawak where the players are clicking tend to be very, very flat and look, well, not exactly like this, so I think both guesses will be very strong. Yep.
Yeah, very good guesses from both players. We're just chipping away the damage here. Clement has only taken 7 damage. Orlando almost 500, but a close game nonetheless as we go into round 4. Back
Another
in
Japan. See if there's any clues the players can actually use in this one. It's hard for me to see with the screen so small, but I don't know. The players might have pole tops that they can use, transformers on the poles. There are a few things that players would look for.
We have an Osaka and a Nagoya. They're not too far apart from each other. It's going to be farther north. Yeah, Nagano. That's 1,100 damage there to Orlando's health. Clement now with a pretty big lead. Definitely a noticeable one.
Yep, but especially in NMPZ, with the multipliers this high, that can disappear in a second. Especially in a big country like this. I'm thinking South Australia, inland here. Orlando, looks like he was zooming on maybe the same road or at least a nearby one. So difficult when you have really nothing to go off of.
Yeah, it's just middle of nowhere road.
Yeah. Oh no, I think, yeah, the players they're scanning in similar areas. Maybe trying to look for a really straight stretch of road like the one that they see here. But yeah, it's just gonna come down to who makes the better guess, but we could see some real damage down here. I don't know exactly where. They're so zoomed in, it's hard for me to tell where they are, but
yeah, it's difficult. The timer runs out. Clement's gonna be right on it. Wow, Clement is putting on a show right now. 2,200 damage. Orlando now on 2,200 health.
Wow. Yeah, what a dominant performance so far in the no move and now so far the NMPZ. From Clement, only 7 points dropped, but cannot afford to take his foot off the gas here. Still lots of work to be done. Very tricky round here.
Yeah, round 6. Feels Mediterranean?
I think I would agree. Yeah, my other thought was something like Mexico, but I think it's just more European. We'll see what the players do.
This is a hard one. Oh, Clement possibly is now considering Mexico. I like Mexico as well. Definitely
the
possible.
rock wall could definitely fit for the area where Clement is clicking here, but again, you see rock walls in places like Spain and Italy as well, but both players
going Mexico.
They're settling on central Mexico.
I do like that. We'll see. 5 seconds left. Clement locks it in. Orlando's got to follow. It is Turkey. It is Mediterranean. Put me in, coach. 1 health.
Yeah, you would have had him there. Wow. What a round.
Wow. We go on to next. Round 7. Gelotris. So disappointed there.
For real. And instantly goes BC here, thinking it's the Canadian Rockies. Orlando seems to agree. Very similar plonk here. Makes sense with what we see. Tall pine trees, tall mountains.
Yeah, guesses come in. Timer runs out. Orlando's slightly closer. And finally, he deals some more damage to Clement's health bar. And we go on to round 8. We're getting close to that round limit here. You gotta do it in 10. 3 more to go, including this one.
Bangladesh, I imagine here. Very flat, sort of agricultural landscape that we see here. Probably rice fields, I imagine those are in the distance, but a very recognizable landscape. Looks like similar guesses from both so far as well. And it's still hit.
Wow. Clement closer. Again, that's big damage. Putting Orlando less than 1,000 health. He's got 976 health here. And Clement still close to full. Orlando, you gotta deal some big damage here. You've got 2 more rounds to do it. The multi is definitely high enough. It is possible. But if Clement stays guessing at all closer, this is his game.
Is this Senegal or Nigeria? Oh, or Kenya. Oh, gosh. I didn't think about Kenya. I didn't think it was Kenya, to be honest, but
I don't
maybe.
either, really.
I thought the architecture looked more West African.
I agree with that.
I can't decide between Senegal and Nigeria, but I honestly didn't think Kenya, so we could see some interesting shake-up here. I don't know, but Clement seems pretty set on Kenya.
Wow, let's see where Orlando goes. He's kind of a little more zoomed in on Nigeria here, and there's only 15 seconds left.
I don't know if that sign there is legible. Maybe they can at least see that it's English. They could rule out something like Senegal, but we'll see. Orlando does go
Orlando, Nigeria. Oh my God.
It's going to be game
either way. It is
way.
just Nigeria too, so this could actually be a massive switch up, and it is. Orlando's going to come back, get Nigeria, and win the overall matchup on NMPZ. What in the world?
Wow. My gosh. I mean, Clement, he'd hardly dropped a single point in the entire game. And then that happens in round 9. He was so close to the win. And he makes one big mistake, and Orlando takes advantage. Just staying alive long enough to get there. But yeah, impressive perseverance from Orlando. He stayed alive as long as he needed to, and he takes it.
Yeah, absolutely unreal. As we were saying, Clement was so dominant there. It really seemed like he was poised to take that matchup. That one round, things happen. The multis rack up, and Orlando ends up taking the dub. Let's take a look at what happened off the stream as well. Looks like Ocean Man got a 2-0 over Swen Gambit, and Armani got a 2-0 over Skill Issue. That's what happened off stream. Any thoughts there or on what's coming up, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe the results we expected from those 2 matches. Not sure, but I think both Ocean Man and Armani, again, both kind of fighting for those sort of regional spots. They're not exactly feeling super comfortable with where they are right now in the standings, so getting 2-0 victories there for both of them is huge.
Yeah, definitely good stuff. Important points to grab there. Both of them grabbing 3, Ocean Man and Armani. Really great for them. They do need those points. But guys, that's going to be it for us in this slot, but make sure to tune in soon. We're going to go to a little bit of a break, and when we come back, it's going to be Debre versus Captain. You don't want to miss this one. I think it's going to be really exciting, both extremely talented players, both near the top of the leaderboard for a lot of this World League so far, so you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Going to be an absolute banger.
fans of GeoGuessr, it's time for us to explore the world. Come and support your favorite players as they fight it out in the virtual boxing ring. The prize? A ticket to the World Cup. This year's major locations are Japan, inside the iconic Tokyo Tower. United States at DreamHack Dallas, one of the largest gaming festivals in the world. And finally, Sweden at the newest gaming festival, Glitched, in Jönköping. Go to geoguessr.com/World Cup for more information. We will see you there.
I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. With 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup? Denmark? Let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. We have historic buildings, world-class dining. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. So happy to be back after that little break. I'm your host, Bloom, joined by Jake Lyons, the legend. We're here to walk you through the World League every week, bringing you these amazing games and some amazing GeoGuessr. We got 40 pro players battling it out each week, trying to gain points toward a world ranking that's going to decide who qualifies for the World Cup this summer. It's been so exciting so far, and we're on week 12 right now, with many more exciting matches to come throughout the day. And we're starting with an absolute banger here on this slot. It's going to be Debray versus Captain. Jake, talk to me.
I absolutely love this match. These are two players who have been really pleasant surprises so far in the league in terms of their performances. Both players averaging over 2 points per match, which is not something that a lot of players in the league can say. But I think it's just gonna be a super even match. Both players playing incredibly well, and I can't really separate them.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna be really fun. Captain's been a bit of a surprise. Debray, been around for a long time here. Played in the first World Cup, played in the second. Really talented player who's also just been in the community for a long time. A map maker that many know and love. If anyone has ever played A Balanced World, it used to be one of the very standard world maps that we all used to play. We all used to love it, and it used to be so difficult back in the day. Jake, I don't know if you ever played that one back in the day,
yeah.
like
It was a killer.
2020, 21.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely the hardest we had for a long time, because he found all those little niche difficult things, but that means he knows all those niche difficult things. And apparently he's been working on a bit of a comeback to ABW, but has been a bit busy with the World League, so hopefully it comes back stronger than ever. We'll see if it happens or not, but hopefully he makes it there. Seems like the players are taking a little second to get ready, and then we're gonna get straight into the match. It's gonna be a good time. I also am curious what our second match of this slot will be. I'll take a look here. It's gonna be RC
Radu and Swan Gambit. Yeah,
Swan Gambit. So really good match is gonna be happening this slot. But again, as we said, starting off with Debray versus Captain. Let's take a look at these two players' stats and get straight into the game.
So I imagine we'll see pretty similar stats again from these players. 66% win rate for Debray so far. Very, very strong. 58% precision. Again, also very strong. I mean, that many guesses above 4.5K, that's impressive. And we see similar stats from Captain, even higher precision and even higher win rate so far. He's been the biggest surprise, I think, of anyone for the World League so far. But again, both of these players, phenomenal. And the biggest surprise, I think, is that in moving, Captain has the third highest win rate of any player in the league behind Consus and Blinky. And Debray, his weakest mode statistically so far, has been moving, which is again a surprise because of the sheer amount of geographical information that this guy has in his head. I think that, you know, these are players we both thought would do pretty well, maybe not this well, but I think, especially in the moving, the results have maybe been kind of the opposite of what we expected to see.
Yeah, great point there to bring up. And again, we just see where they were on those standings there. They're very close to each other here. Captain a bit ahead, which makes sense, again, because of those stats. So let's see how this goes. The players are off. We're on moving. It's round one.
I'm very interested to see how this moving game goes. Because, again, on paper, I would expect Debray to be the better moving player, but that hasn't really been the case so far. Captain has been incredibly impressive with how he's played in moving. I think 75% of his guesses have been above 4,500 in moving, and he's been taking his time, and he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, and I see people in the chat asking some questions about kind of the way these matches work. How do they have so many less matches? By the end, every single player will have played the same amount of matches, but some players take some weeks off in the beginning, some are taking some off in the end, but everybody will play each individual other player at least one time. So it'll be the same amount of matches for everybody by the end. And now, in this one, Debray, the 4997 to start us off.
Both players had the area code for the state of Londonia, which is where they were, but Debray, it looks like he had a town name on the sign that he had, and he was able to find it, so good start for him, but still a solid guess from Captain. Very much keeps him in the game. And round two looks like we may have a Russia.
Seems that way. Or is it a Ukraine?
That might be Ukraine. Ah, yeah, it is Ukraine, yep.
Ah, uh-huh.
Makes sense with the poor road quality, but you see that letter I, the second letter in that second word, is a letter only found in Ukrainian. You won't see that in Russian. So that can be a helpful way to distinguish the two from each other. Debray, currently with this pin, a little northwest of Kyiv. We do have a lot of these pine trees, which are sometimes called Baltic pines because you see them a lot in the Baltic states. But those are found generally more north in Ukraine, so it makes sense that both players are converging towards the north.
Yeah, both just sort of there, but again, as you said, Debray a little farther west. Timer's gonna run out, and it's gonna be Debray a little bit closer, but in the scheme of things, both players are very close there. That's only 207 damage. Debray extends his lead there. We go into round 3.
Yep. Again, great guesses so far from Debray, but of course captains have been perfectly fine. More than enough to keep him in the game so far. It's like a Portugal round here. Algarve. Algarve is the southern region where both of the players have clicked. Alcuchim, I think, is the town. I don't know. We'll see if Debray's able to find that. And he does, right on the border with Spain.
He finds it. Wow, Debray is performing amazingly right now in this moving game. The 4999, 500 more points of damage. Captain, 4,800 health. We're going to round 4.
This is more what I expected to see from Debray in moving. He's only won 9 out of 16 moving games so far, which is quite the surprise because of how good he is at moving. I mean, I've played against him moving plenty of times, and he's extremely strong. So I think he's definitely been underperforming a little bit in that respect so far, and looking to right that. That's at Camargue. That's a region in far southern France. We'll see if... I mean, he probably knows the area code at least. Yeah, Camargue, there you go. It's that national or the regional park where Debray has clicked. I think Captain's going to have a region guess that is still very, very good, though. So again, Debray may be closer a little bit, but Captain's not going to lose that many points.
Yeah, he's making a very good region guess there. Yeah, they're both still so close. Debray, even closer, though. 4909. Wow, Debray is performing a bit of a masterclass here. Let's see if he keeps it up. But Captain is really playing well, too, especially without having the same information that Debray's had on some of these rounds here. We're going to go on to round 5. It's a 3 times multiplier now. We're in Australia.
Signs for Albany and Perth. Debray sees there. Albany is on the south coast right there. He's got a road number as well. We'll see if Debray can line this up. I don't know. Oh, looks like Captain has the same sign. So, again, I doubt we'll see too much damage done here. Either way, Debray may be looking for the 5k. And once again, he's got it.
Debray, the 4999 again. He's always one off from that 5k. So impressive from him, and he looks so calm doing it.
But that's the thing, this moving duel format does not really incentivize the pinpointing as much. It doesn't matter if Debray's close in every single round. If he makes one big mistake, it's over for him anyway. So really, it's all about consistency more than anything. Bouleleng, both players have this. We'll just move to the next, but Debray's still flawless.
Wow. So impressive from Debray. Flawlessing, and we're going into round 7.
But again, you never know. All it takes is one wacky round. Captain could turn it completely around here.
He definitely could. He's putting pressure on fast here on Debray. Captain's good enough to do it. Let's see if it works out. Debray's following suit in a similar area, just a little farther east. The guesses come in, and Debray! He's on top of it. He's 34 kilometers away with no signs, no nothing. What in the world?
What are we seeing from Debray right now? Again, like I said, his moving win rate is 9 out of 16 so far. And that's kind of insane to think about given how he's playing right now.
Yeah, this is the best Debray performance we have seen so far in the league, I would say without a doubt. And we are on round 8, the flawless. He's holding it strong. He does have a bit of a sign there.
Yeah, he's scanning for the 64. I don't know. It doesn't look like he sees it, but now maybe he does. Yeah, again, I think he's on the 5k here. He's just going to line it up.
Oh my god. Debray, what are you doing? That's another 4999. Captain on 1700 health.
And he's so good at finding that information and using it efficiently. That's what the best moving players can do, which is, again, it's amazing to me he's only won about half of his moving games. We have a Thailand here. This is round 9. 2 rounds to go. Debray has been untouchable so far.
Wow. Unbelievable Debray performance currently going on here in the GeoGuessr World League. Round 9, 10 round limit coming up here, and there's only 30 seconds left on this one. Debray has arrived at some highway signs here. Might be kind of hard to find, but he has a region guess.
Yeah, 4-digit roads are generally quite a pain to find, but it looks like he's found it right by the Malaysian border. He's got the 4057. He is locked in. Captain needs a very good guess to stay alive here. And I don't know. I don't think he's south enough to survive.
Isn't. Oh my god.
Maybe?
It can...
I don't know. I think it's over.
Debray is just on it. 4972. Flawless as Captain. All the way in round 9.
That is one of the best performances we've seen in a game from any player so far. That was just a masterclass from Debray. Incredible moving gameplay there. Showing that even if his stats don't show it so far, he is one of the best moving players out there. But again, we've seen some amazing stuff from Captain in all 3 modes so far. He's been one of the best players in the league so far. And we will see if he can make a comeback here. He is not out of it by any stretch.
He definitely isn't. But wow, that I truly think that was one of the best performances we've seen in the entire World League from Debray in that moving game. Wow.
No doubt.
And he's continuing it a bit here. He gets a little bit closer there on the round 1 of the no move. Round 2 now. Again, can't move up and down the road anymore, but seems like even without that, Debray is going to be closer. Let's see if he continues it here. Round 2.
Debray zooming in on Donetsk. In Ukraine, you get this black car with this fall coverage. Very, very typical for Donetsk. I like the guess a lot from Debray. Captain looks like he zoomed on a similar area, but hasn't put a pin down yet. But I really do like Debray's guess here. Captain thinking Russia. But it's really like late season coverage. Like, it's the type of coverage you might see in like Kaliningrad, but I don't know if where Captain is, I don't know if you would get coverage this sort of late into the year. I personally am a big fan of where Debray is.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Captain's saying it's not a red car, I go Russia, but we'll see here. Debray's gonna just be on it again!
Donetsk can be easy to forget about because, again, you're so conditioned to think, oh, red car is Ukraine, and Captain, you can see him kind of trying to do a little mental reset there, maybe thinking, ah, man, how did I not think of that? But, yep, Donetsk can be a tricky place. But again, this is not over. Captain just needs to compose himself and make the guesses we know he is capable of making.
He definitely is. I would assume the mental is a little chalked at this point playing against Debray. And you have to say, like, against some other players, the guesses Debray was making, we wouldn't have gotten to round 9 on moving. Captain was staying alive to the absolute end. Yep. But it's hard to lose even after playing like that. But now, on round 3, they guess on top of each other.
Wave.
Got a wave. Debray just drops a smile. Okay, the smile will do. The smile will do.
Yeah.
0 points.
Both players saw the Welsh language there. And if anything, seeing primarily Welsh would maybe push you more north rather than south in Wales, but, you know, hard to know. Both players did pick up on the language clue there. But now we've got something a little more interesting. Looks like, well, Indonesia, maybe? We've got oil palm plantation on a hill. But that's it. We've just got some oil palms. We'll see what the players decide on.
Yeah, Debray dropped in Kalimantan and Captain zoomed in on it, thinking he'll probably end up going there too. 30 seconds left on this hard one, so we'll see what they do. Both going to be in Cali. Captain in East Kalimantan. Debray a little more central here.
Yeah, I could see either one. I think maybe oil palms maybe slightly more common central, but, you know, who knows. Could also be Sumatra, for all I know. This is a very tough round. South.
It's south. Wow, Debray. 1,600 damage, Captain. Less than half health here, and Debray continues to not lose a singular point.
Yep. Amazing stuff.
Round
zooming
5.
into the South China Sea. I'm not sure which I'm not sure which country he intended to zoom on there, but we have another Indonesia by the looks of it from Captain. Again, not that obvious. We've got some oil palms again, but they're kind of planted in a row. An odd round here. I'm wondering if it could be Malaysia, because the architecture feels almost off for Indonesia. Debray is literally hedging in the South China Sea. He might be hedging between Sabah and Sarawak. He knows that Sarawak has Gen 4 now, so he's not sure which one it is. And he's gonna go for it.
He's gonna do a little swimming. The water hedge is committed here. Captain is actually in West Kalimantan in Indonesia. It is gonna be Malaysia. It's gonna be mainland, and the water hedge is gonna win him that round, and he keeps the flawless. Captain, 640 health.
Had he committed Peninsula, he would have won there, but I think better safe than sorry, especially when you have 6,000 health. You may as well, you know, not take any crazy risks. We're in Argentina. Can Debray complete the double flawless of Captain here? Again, Captain, we're saying again, he's been one of the best players in the league so far. Like, we've seen a couple flawlesses in the league so far, but not against a player this highly ranked.
Yeah, this is an absolute feat if Debray pulls this off. I mean, we've known Debray has had the talent, and he's been not too happy with his performance in some of these World Cups so far. I know he's gone home thinking to himself, wow, I could have done a lot better, and I've talked to him about it as well, and it seems like he's not going to let that happen again in this World League. He wants to take it to the World Cup, and he's showing how unbelievably dominant he can be when he's in the right headspace. 5 seconds left here on this Argentina. Debray's got a little lake he likes. Captain, also with a guess, down, and it's going to be Captain closer, finally breaking the Debray flawless.
Finally, wow. And honestly, could have been an opportunity for even more points there, given how far south that round ended up being, but... Well, yeah, I mean, good for the mental, if anything, if Captain's got any mental strength left after what's been happening, but we've got 4 rounds to go in the no move. Captain still with a chance to bring this back. Would be an amazing comeback. But again, we've seen it before, and we've seen just how strong he is. Very tricky Peru round here.
Yeah, let's see. Can Debray bring it back to the dominance he's been showing? Losing only 1 round so far. 20 seconds left on this round in Peru here.
So it's very green. I mean, the eastern part of Peru is all super green, super tropical, but the problem is north to south, it can all look very, very similar. And players with very different guesses right now. Captain's a lot more south.
Yeah, Debray just opting for a pretty central guess here. Let's see who ends up being closer. It is going to be Debray, and Debray is going to take the overall matchup right then and there, only losing 1 singular round. What a dominant performance from Debray. Unreal.
Yep, and he's already gone. What a man.
Gets up and leaves.
What an incredible performance from Debray through and through. Start to finish there. Just, yeah, amazing, and a much-deserved 2-0 victory against a quality player.
Unbelievable. I wonder if he's even going to come back to the chair, or if he's just off, running out, maybe celebrating that win there. Crazy stuff from Debray. I truly think this was one of the best matches we have seen in the entire GeoGuessr World League so far, especially that moving game. I think that was probably, arguably, the most dominant we've seen.
Yeah, and it's always, at least for me, it's someone who prefers the moving mode. It's really awesome to see quality moving gameplay like that, and it's like, he had in almost all those rounds. It wasn't about region guessing, it was about he found information and he used it perfectly. And that's so fun to see.
Yeah, amazing to see. He's memorized so much of the world, especially even random stuff like every US county and phone number he has down. He didn't even get to show that off, and he was absolutely dominant in that moving. Really unbelievable. Definitely tune into some highlights on the YouTube channel to see a lot from that game. But guys, we're getting another one, and this time we're getting RC versus Swan Gambit coming up straight after that banger. I think this could be another one as well. RC definitely been talked about as possibly best player we have in the league, so gonna be fun to see him as always. And he's up against Swan Gambit, who has not been performing as he would like to be. But again, looking at RC, that 79% win rate, unbelievable win percentage there. Taking us into this match, RC did just actually win a competition yesterday, an NMPZ competition, JetBlue and Rainbow, very impressively as well. RC, unbelievable. So let's see how this one goes. Swan Gambit is a player at our last World Cup here, so the skill is there. It's doable. He's in this World League for a reason. Let's see what he can do up against RC.
Swan Gambit's got a long road ahead of him if he wants to even qualify for the regionals. He is currently last in the league of the players who are actually still playing, because Dev and Rix have bowed out. So he's got his work cut out for him, not only in this match but in the league in general, and he's definitely feeling the pressure. Definitely feels like he has to get some wins on the board soon, because 16 points in 19 matches so far isn't quite going to be enough.
Yeah. So let's see how this one ends up going. They're off in the moving game. Here they go. Yeah, RC. Yesterday there was a JetBlue sponsored NMPZ tournament. Jake did play in that tournament.
It did.
RC did end up taking that yesterday. Was a fun one to watch. Highly recommend going back and watching that VOD if you miss any of that tournament yesterday.
No matter what tournament, what format you play, this Radu guy, he is hard to beat.
He is.
Ooh, that had info on it for Radu. I think I didn't quite see. He's looking for, I think he's scanning for a town. There's a town name on the right side of that sign, but Swan Gambit. Here's Zaragoza right now. Just gonna leave it there.
Timer's gonna run out. It's gonna be Swan Gambit closer on round one.
Nice start for Swan Gambit. Good for the mental, that's for sure. Again, Radu's such a formidable opponent, but you gotta take it little by little and see what you can do. Senegal here. We have typical big silver car. We've got dashed outer road lines, but the question is where? Because it's never a very easy country to region guess. So we'll see what the players come up with here.
Yeah, it can be hard to region guess. If you've got the lighter sand, you're, a little more commonly close to Dakar, but other than that, it can be quite difficult. RC considering near Tambacounda.
Yeah, he's got a road at a pretty decent angle there. And this is, from what we've seen, a pretty straight road, so Radu might stick with that, although Swan Gambit's also found a road that looks pretty decent further to the west. Looks like they might stick with this. Swan was thinking about changing. It looks like he didn't.
Just going to be farther north of the both of them, which it makes sense why their guesses would be sort of farther down there. The redder, deeper red soil, the darker soil there is more common where they were.
Looks like Radu actually did change a little further west at the last second there. Saved him a few hundred points. But now, big country, big points. We've got an Australia here. Probably a Western Australia, I would imagine, but hard to say for sure.
Let's see here. Swan has not lost a round yet, but we're only 2 in. Let's see what can happen here. 30 seconds left. And RC has a report skeleton weed sign.
He's also got a sign with a yellow signpost. Yellow signposts are found almost exclusively in Western Australia, so that just about confirms that they'll be there. to say where. It's a very rural round, but I don't imagine we'll see too much damage done. Both players in the right state here.
Yeah, neither player has really found anything. RC has a street sign there, but it's a tiny little street, little dirt road, so not going to be much, but RC is going to be closer.
Swan Gambit, a little bit of a risk going pretty far south there. Doesn't work out for him on this occasion, but still a very, very even game. Still up for grabs for both players here.
We're going to go into round 4, what appears to be a Sweden. Sweden can be hard to region guess at times. A lot of it looks quite similar, very flat, similar trees, similar landscape.
Just gotta find a bus stop.
That is what you need. Oh, we have a little road sign
number
there and some road numbers.
That works too.
That definitely does work too. Let's see if
blue
RC
sign there
extends
as
the
well.
lead here. Oh yeah, blue sign.
Swan's got the road
has
too.
the E45 also. Will they be able to find it? Both players have been to Sweden for that last World Cup, at least.
Yeah, I imagine they're just scanning for the roads, or maybe they... Again, their zoom level's a little bit different from ours, but Radu... Yeah, it looks like they both have the E45 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, full hat done. They're both converging on the right town here.
Yep, they're both there. Really nice stuff. Swan Gambit is going to be a little closer. It's a quick little 20 points down to RC's health. RC's going to hold a little bit of a lead here as we go into round 5.
Swan playing well so far, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
As
definitely.
he said, I think he has won the majority of the rounds. Just that one Australia round that took him down, but...
Yeah, I mean, every single player is in this World League for a reason. They have to qualify to get here, and they're
Just
here.
to see someone near the bottom of the table, it doesn't mean they're a bad player. It just means everyone else is also insane. That's a street name, but I don't think there's any sort of city name on that banner there. This is urban Ukraine. There we go, Sumi. Okay, Radu has the town. He'll know where that is for sure. But Swan's got the same signs. Can he see the word Sumi?
Does he? It doesn't seem like he does.
No.
Wow, he doesn't. RC in the town. 4992. 2800 damage to Swan Gambit's health.
Yep. Town name was written there. And again, both players had the same sign, but again, maybe the moving experience coming in handy for Radu, knowing what to look at, where on the signs to look. And he found the town name, and he gets 3,000 points of damage.
Round 6 now. We're already on 3.5 times damage. We're getting deeper in this game. RC's got a pretty large lead now. Swan's got to make a comeback here. It's doable for sure. Let's see what they can find.
Got a Mexico here. Not an easy country to region guess. You can use the landscape, the cacti, etc. But if the players don't run into any written info, this definitely could shake things up a bit. One's got something, but it doesn't look like it's helpful at all. Yeah, so the players are just going to have to vibe guess this. We'll see.
Swan's in. RC a little farther north, and it is going to be a really good guess there from RC. Going to extend that lead. 872 damage. Puts Swan below 1k health. He's in the red now.
Not much health left to play with, but he's made it this far. Is this India? Hooghly. Is that? Where is that? I've heard of that. Is it northeast? It makes sense with the Latin alphabet if it would be northeast. A lot of English, but I don't know. Oh, it's Bengali. Yeah, the language is Bengali, so we're going to be in West Bengal. Hooghly, I feel like I've heard of it, so it feels like it should be findable, but I don't know. Is it far south, or I'm not sure. Swan has a sign that says Government of West Bengal, so they're both in the state, but Radu could still win this if he finds the town.
It's definitely doable. It's the kind of thing where RC finds it, it's over for Swan. Swan finds it, it won't be over for RC. but Swan will definitely deal some damage. So let's see how we go here. 5 seconds left now on the clock. RC farther north than Swan is. Swan just central West Bengal. Let's see how it goes. The time runs out. It's going to be Swan closer. He's going to deal some damage to RC's health bar. 1,300.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't the city name or what. I don't know where I've heard that word before, but either way, Swan Gambit with a bit more of a central hedge. Pays off for him this time. He stays alive. But now it looks like we're in Radu's home turf here, which is not what Swan Gambit wants to see.
Definitely not. Swan's going to actually possibly make a quick guess here to put the pressure on. He does. He's going to go Northern Texas. RC needs to follow suit with a guess here.
In the U.S. is bold, but I don't mind it. Oh my.
Oh, and a New Mexico. They're in neighboring states here, and RC's far west in it. He's in the right state, but Swan Gambit's going to be closer. He drops the mind-blown emoji, and he deals a decent bit of damage to RC's health.
Could we see a comeback here? We've got 2 rounds left. Swan Gambit hanging in there. Made a nice region guess in that round.
Could be doable.
Brazil. This is totally doable. And he's got a road number too.
He's got a road. RC doesn't yet. Those road numbers are going to give you the state bare minimum and then can be findable past that.
I don't know if he found the road or if he just decided he's going to send because he knows the state, but I don't think Radu has the road number.
Yeah, I don't think he does. Where's he going to guess?
Colombia?
He's going Colombia. Oh, no.
Oh, my. This is
RC.
going to be a win for Swan Gambit.
Swan Gambit's going to take the moving game on the blunder from RC in Colombia. There's no way.
Wow. Wow. Now, on the moving game, too, Swan Gambit, it's definitely been his weakest mode. That is a huge upset. Huge.
Wow. Massive upset there. Swan taking the moving game. He's secured at least 1 point. Unbelievable stuff there. And I will say, actually, I mean, Swan, if we looked at who won each round, I think Swan overall won more rounds in that moving game.
Right, which is amazing. I mean, Swan, again, we said he's basically last in the league right now, and Radu is second. Not only that, but so far, up to this game, Radu had won 18 out of 22 moving games. Swan Gambit had won 2 out of 15.
Wow.
What a result for Swan Gambit there. We'll see if he can keep it up, though. Again, Radu, also one of the best no-move NPC players in the world, so absolutely capable of making the comeback here.
Yeah, definitely doable. We'll see. RC's going to be closer to start off the no-move.
But my goodness, that's one of the most surprising results we've had so far in the entire league, I would say.
Agreed. Agreed for sure. I think RC's going to collect himself. He's not one to get too caught up on things like that. We've seen him come back from much worse many times. He's had 2 games so far in this league, actually, where he fails to make a guess on a round and still wins the overall matchup. So we'll see what he does here. See if he can do it. Even on this with that blunder to end out the moving. We're going to go round 2. It's going to be Swan slightly closer, 26 points down to RC South. We're going to go to round 3.
Great guesses from both there on a round that didn't have any written info, just a vibe guess based off the landscape, the architecture, the pavement that we saw. Very, very impressive. This looks like, I don't know, actually, northeastern US or maybe Canada?
I like it. That's where my head was at for sure as well. I mean, definitely the US or Canada. I like Northeast. We have New Hampshire, and we have an Ontario actually here from RC, and it is Ontario. RC's going to be closer by quite a bit there. That's going to be 3,144 points of damage. Swan Gambit now on the ropes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's feeling too much pressure. Well, it never looks like he's feeling too much pressure, but yeah. If it was me and I lost a moving game that I wasn't expected to lose, I'd probably be pretty distressed about it, but he's calm, he's collected, he's playing his game.
He is. He knows one little blunder like that.
Yo,
it's not it
Lions
for him.
River reference?
Wait, was there?
That's where Swan Gambit is clicking here.
Oh. He's kind of wrote that. Might even line up, actually. Kind of hard to tell exactly. No.
You know, whether it's right or not, I respect the guess from Swan Gambit.
Yeah, he's doing it. This is your home. But it is going to be RC closer.
Uh-oh. Is that... Ooh, it's close.
Oh, 1900. Swan's on 383 health.
Mongolia, oh my.
Yeah, round 5 Mongolia, no move here. RC looking poised to win this and take us to NMPZ. At this point, will he do it right here, right now? He locks it in quick. The pressure's on Swan Gambit to follow suit, and RC's just on top of it.
This guy.
I mean,
Incredible.
what in the world? That's 4,900 damage on a round 5, and it takes us to NMPZ.
I think he's angry. The moving game made him angry, and he's like, all right, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm just gonna plonk right on top of every location.
Just gonna guess where it is. RC kind of shaking his head. I think he's like, wow, why wasn't I playing like that in the moving game?
Right.
And now we
Definitely
go to NMPZ.
A bit frustrated with himself, no doubt about that, but he's not gonna let it phase him too much. This is tough. I mean, we just see blur. Central Brazil zoom from both. Makes sense. I mean, we have a blue car, which fits for Brazil, as well as this red soil. So, yeah. I mean, I like where both players are here.
It's going to be Swan closer. It's going to be Minas Gerais. South of Swan Gambit's guess. A couple hundred points there to start us off. And we're going to go to round 2.
See if the pendulum swings back in favor of Swan Gambit here. Is that a Stoby pull?
I think it is.
Looks like one. Yeah.
Looks like what a Stoby pull. Those are the pulls you see in South Australia. The outer brown and the inner sort of tan beige. These pulls you get in South Australia. Stoby pulls. RC locks. Swan Gambit locks.
Yep.
Quick little 3 points of damage. Takes us to round 3.
Yeah. Gotta go downtown Adelaide with that urban of an environment.
Pretty much.
Ooh, is this the end of the world highway or whatever it's called in the Yukon? Maybe not.
I do like the Yukon a lot, though. I think this is the Yukon.
Okay, so they're thinking it's the one. I thought it might be the really high elevation one near the Alaska border, but it looks like maybe more towards the BC border here. Both players on the road, seeing if they can line it up.
Wow.
And Radu.
Radu lines it up. He's so close. 1.5 kilometers off the 4995.
Swan still in the lead, but it is a slim lead indeed. My first thought was Italy here. Yeah, we have solid outer lines. You see those a lot in Italy, and super flat landscape makes sense for the Po Valley. Both players again, same vibe. Go next.
Yep. But Swan is going to be a little bit closer. He's actually going to extend that lead just a little bit more. He's almost he's at over 1,000 points difference here in the points. He's has a lead by quite a bit here. It's round 5 though now, so 3 times multiplier is in effect, and it's only going to keep rising. Anyone's game here in NMPZ, no moving, panning, or zooming, one still singular image. And this is what we get. RC's thinking Portugal on this one. I like the guess.
Yeah, I also thought Portugal here. We have some sort of white buildings with orange roofs in the distance. Yep. Well played by both there.
Yeah, very well played. Some damage to add on. We're just gonna go to the next round. It's been a couple of these where the guesses are just close. And it takes us onwards. Yeah, I like that. North Mex. Swan Gambit, I guess in quick. RC following suit nearby.
See, maybe he's found a road angle he likes. I like the guesses near sort of San Luis Potosí, Zacatecas, Nuevo León. We have these cactus, not cactus, I think they're like yucca plants, but this area of Mexico in particular is absolutely full of those. So, yeah, looks like the players are going for very similar things here. Give it a wave. Come on.
You gotta wave on that. Come on, guys. The rule is... Oh, they're not gonna do it?
Oh, man.
Wow. Guys, the rule is if your pins are overlapping, you gotta wave. It's rule 1.
We should forfeit both of them for that, honestly.
I think so. I think so, realistically, right?
If Bloom was in charge, they'd be done.
They'd be
out
out.
of the league.
They'd be done. Alright, round 7 now. 4 times damage.
Canada? Or... Yeah, okay. Are you thinking Quebec? I honestly thought it could even be like prairies, like a north, like Alberta or something, but I don't know. It's just some generic kind of suburban-looking landscape. But they're both going
there.
Quebec.
Wow. Both Montreal. Really good stuff from both the players. This has actually been a close NMPZ. Very close.
It has, yeah. And not a lot of points dropped by either player. Very accurate guesses so far. Only 3 rounds to go. Can Swan Gambit close out the upset here? This would be a huge result. Puerto Rico. Wow, Puerto Rico. No front plate. I like Puerto Rico with no front plate on that car, although it is kind of odd looking, but I do like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Both players thinking it's there. Both players kind of near San Juan right now. RC farther south.
This is not what Radu needs if he wants to get these points back. Although it's so close, it really could go to either player here, but...
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's going to be kind of in between them. RC, slightly closer, 81 points. This is really anyone's game, guys. We're going to round 9. There's only 2 rounds left now. Both players in the green on health here. It's a 5 times multiplier. So anything could happen, but we have coast here. What appears to be a Nigeria, I would guess.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Or is it India?
Wait.
I can't see the language.
I can't read anything. It might be India. I can't read
India. Okay,
very well either.
I didn't read any of the language.
One of the words almost looks French to me. Yeah, it's really hard for us to see, but we have coast to the south, which definitely makes this a little bit more interesting, because I don't really know. I mean, who knows, but yeah, I mean, it's a big country, so big points on offer here.
Yeah.
They're zoomed in on the same beach, by the way.
Wow.
Is Radu gonna go for it?
Oh, let's see.
Because his pin is not there right now. No, he's gonna leave it where it was.
He's gonna leave it where it is. Who's gonna have it, if any? Let's see. The timer runs out. Swan is on it, and RC was zoomed in on that too. That's 3,900 points of damage. RC is on 599 health. Swan is looking poised to win this. This is our last round. This is round 10. With a 5.5 times multiplier, it could be doable for RC, but it's going to be really hard to do. We're on in Argentina. The country is definitely big enough.
Going for Buenos Aires. Swan, he's going Santa Fe. I don't know if it's enough separation.
Wow, RC's on it. 5.5 times damage.
It's close. Oh my god.
It's gonna be
wow.
within a 100-point game in the end, and Swan, having little less than 100 points more, actually is going to win the game.
Unbelievable.
What in the world is that?
Oh my. Wow. Wow. And that's the big, I think in terms of the, yeah, I think that's the biggest upset we've seen so far in terms of a match. Like, Swan Gambit pretty much last in the league, beating Radu second in the league. That is an insane result. Wow, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
What an incredible set of games in that NMPC. What an ending. Like, within 200 points on the round limit. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, less than 100 points, actually. It was 599 to 687.
Oh my gosh.
At the end.
Wow.
So, pretty unbelievable to see that go down how it did. Wow. I mean, yeah, I would say that is the upset. That's number 2 on the world ranking versus last on the world ranking. Swan getting a 2-1. It's not up there on the screen yet, but That's what it was. And then it looks like off stream, guys, Sadzu got a 2-1 over Ocean Man, and Clement got a 2-0 over Skill Issue. And again, we saw that Debray captain, absolute masterclass earlier. What a slot, Jake. I don't, yeah, speechless.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah, and then big wins for Clement and Sadzu, both coming back from losses in the first slot. But the organizers can't even believe what just happened. They haven't even inputted the score yet.
Yeah.
We're all just in a little bit of disbelief. But what an amazing couple of matches we just saw.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable, and there's only more to come. Those matches did last long enough that we're actually going to have no break. We're going to go straight into these next set of matches, which should be a really fun time. And to start us off, it's going to be Malfunction versus Moo, which is going to be another absolute banger. I feel like we just get treated to such amazing matches in this GeoGuessr World League, and more to come for today. We have 2 more slots with 2 more matches broadcast in each left, so that's 4 matchups left to go for the day. Should be some really exciting ones to come. And the next one, as we said, it's going to be Malfunction. It's going to be Moo. Any thoughts there?
I love this matchup. I mean, these are 2 players I've played a fair amount with. I know them very well. Both phenomenal moving players, phenomenal all-around players, of course. But yeah, I think Moo's performances so far have been very, very strong. He's currently, I want to say 5th in the league, but he's currently in a position, I think, for that auto qualification to the World Cup. Malfunction's had a bit of a rougher time of it. I think she's more trying to get to that point where she qualifies for the regionals, and hopefully it goes from there. But again, Malfunction, an amazing moving player. We haven't quite seen the results from her so far, but we'll see if she can turn it around against one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. We mentioned it with Swan. I mean, everybody in this World League deserves to be there. These are some of the 40 best players in the world. They all have battled it out to get here, and they're battling it out in the World League. Again, as you mentioned, Moo, really strong, 63% win rate, and he's high up on that leaderboard, and it's been up there pretty consistently. But Malfunction, easily one of the best moving players in the world, so talented, and definitely could take this match. I think it's going to be a really exciting one. I think we're going to see some really high-level moving.
Well, you see that the precision rate and the average guess time are pretty much identical for both of them. The only big difference was in the win rate. So I think maybe that speaks a little bit to maybe a luck factor. Like maybe Moo has been a little bit luckier in terms of his results. I'm not trying to say he's gotten lucky, but you know, I think, or maybe it just means that in moving, he's been more accurate. He's bumped that percentage up. I'm not sure what exactly explains that discrepancy there, but Malfunction, again, a phenomenal player, probably has been pretty unlucky so far.
Yeah. Also worth noting that Moo does have 4 more matches played than Malfunction does, so definitely important there. But wow, to start us off, Malfunction with the 4995. Very impressive.
Yeah, I think she was able to find the city name there. Or maybe just knew the city, I'm not sure, based off of some other clue, but either way, again, Malfunction, I expect to see a lot of very precise guesses from both of these players. This is, I think, a US round. We do have a road number, which helps. Moo does know area codes, knows them very well, so I imagine he's gonna be pretty close here, but I think Malfunction's also on the road, so we won't see too much to write home about here.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be much. They're right there next to each other, but Malfunction a little bit closer, continuing to extend that lead. Coming up on round 3, it'll be a 2 times multiplier now. Moo, already on 5k health, and if you look at him on the camera there, he actually doesn't look too happy with that to start off. So we'll see if he can lock in a little bit.
Yeah, win rates so far, Moo 16 out of 21 wins in moving. Malfunction only 7 out of 19, and again, I think that I would say Malfunction is maybe top 3 moving players in the world, and I think that it's possible that this particular format, the duels format, doesn't benefit her quite as much, but she is extraordinarily good at the pinpointing aspect of things, and yeah, I mean, we see flashes of brilliance from her, for sure, so it would be great to see her get a few more wins on the board in the moving modes.
Definitely doable if she continues with what she's been doing so far, but Moo actually ends up being closer on this one. But only 38 points of damage there down to Malfunction's health. Still a very close game. Malfunction still with a very big lead.
Disappear in an instant, though. We've got water here to the southeast.
Yeah, that's going to be really helpful.
Anything. I mean, this is urban, so wouldn't shock me if there's some info to be had, but malfunction... Map wasn't loading for a sec, but clicking on Lake Chapala currently, the largest lake in Mexico, that could be what it is. Hard to say, but there are a lot of lakes.
Yeah, it seems like it. I kind of like what malfunction's lining up here. Does look pretty good. Moo yet to open the map though.
Ooh, anything there? Just political ads. I don't see anything. Moo hasn't found anything at all, so he's just gonna have to region guess. He is gonna go for Jalisco here. Moo's a bit more east, or malfunction rather.
Wow, malfunction. The wrong lake, but the neighboring lake. Really good guess there. Gonna really extend that lead. Moo now on 3,500 health.
And again, I mean, you look at these players' win rates, and especially their moving win rates, and you might expect this to be an easy match for Moo, but that is not the case at all. Malfunction's stats definitely deceptive so far. I do think she's gotten pretty unlucky, but we're seeing her quality so far in this game.
Definitely, and she has a sign here. A lot of information there. Does she know any of those towns? We'll see.
I mean, San Severino Marque, I imagine that is in the region of Marque, I would guess. Yeah. Which is not quite where she is. She's currently a little bit more northwest. But, yeah, I don't think... I've never heard of any of those particular towns, so it looks like she's having a little bit of trouble. Might be more signs at this roundabout, but they're both just going to go Po Valley here, so maybe it's not Marque, I don't know. Oh no, there's signs for Macerata and Ancona, so it's definitely Marque, yes. Malfunction is there now, so she's going to get some more damage here.
Wow.
Who actually switched like Tuscany, but...
Yeah, but malfunction is going to be closer once again. Dealing 720 health. Moo's now on less than half. He's in the yellow. Malfunction pretty close to full health, only losing 1 round so far. Really impressive stuff. Let's get on to round 6. 3.5 times damage now. We're going to be in Ghana by the looks of it. Malfunction zooming in quick here. But Moo does have a sign.
It does. I didn't quite catch whether it had a town name or not. Malfunction... She scan... What exactly is she scanning for? Like a road angle, maybe? Or... Damongo. I mean, Damongo is... Oh, that is where... Oh, they're both in it. They're both on it. Yep. Wait, are they in different Damongos?
Wait
a second. Oh, no, they're not. Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. False alarm. Oh, my.
That would have been pretty insane, but they're both right there. That's going to be the 5K from Malfunction and the 4999 from Moo. Great stuff.
Yeah, again, Malfunction's ability to 5K definitely on display there. She is one of the best in the world at that. Is this another Urban Norway, maybe?
I like that.
Might just be Oslo again, but Moo's running out of time here. Only 4 rounds to go. Needs to get some of that back. I think it might be Sweden, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be Sweden.
Ooh, same sign.
Yeah. Same sign. Can they use it, though? The E14 could definitely be findable, but it could be... Oh, they're on it. They're both on it.
Yep.
Did they find the actual towns, though?
Well, they're between the two on that sign, so... I don't know if...
Moo.
Yeah, Moo looks like he found the 323 at the last second.
Moo finds it. He deals 352 damage. It's not much, but it's a really great guess.
Yep. Again, both players showing how strong they are in this mode. They really know their stuff. This looks like Italy. Ooh, wow. Moo actually... I don't think he had info. I think he's just...
Wow.
I think he's just trying to put the pressure on here.
Yeah, I mean, you're down this many points on a round 8, and you gotta do it.
Huge
Malfunction
difference.
really far north, and Moo far south. Who's on it? It's just in between them. Malfunction will be a little bit closer on that. Gonna deal 1,000 points of damage. damage. Moo really on his last leg here. Let's see if he can take it back, or if Malfunction is going to bring us to no move, taking the win on moving. We'll see. 2 more rounds to go. Round 9, here we come.
I mean, Moo tends to have more of a calculated playstyle. He's not the type of player I expect to just start insta-sending, but he figures Malfunction's so good at moving, this might be his best chance, especially given that he's behind and only has 2 rounds to play with. So he's definitely getting a little bit riskier with his playstyle. He feels like he has to.
Yeah, makes sense. But Malfunction's going to follow in a very similar area here.
Yep. Very similar.
But Moo's a little closer. A little bit closer. Really not going to be much. Going to be a couple hundred points. Malfunction's now less than 5k, but this is still a really big lead. 4,000 point lead right now. Round 10. Final round. Players are off. Yeah, Moo's going to play it no move. Just put the pressure on, it seems.
May as well. It's round 10. He's got nothing to lose. He may as well just go for it. Ooh, there's a sign, but I don't know if it's helpful. Malfunction still needs to make a good region guess. Looks like a pretty similar one, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. They're just right there next to each other. Moo is going to be closer, but with that round 10 limit, she is still going to have more health. It's 2,700 to 1,800. Malfunction with more health there takes the moving game, and we move on to a no-moving match.
Yeah, Moo did what he could at the end there, trying to insta-send, put the pressure on. It did end up kind of working a little bit, but Malfunction's lead was already too big. She played so well earlier, and she was able to see it out. So now we get to no move. Moo probably, in comparison, feels a little bit more comfortable playing no move, but again, both players phenomenal in every mode. Very, very good all-round players. So still hard to call what's going to happen in this one.
The coverage on this one's interesting. It's like a little bluish purple tinted. Some Gen 2. Have a Denmark there from Moo. Quick, I think. Pressure's on Malfunction to follow.
Ooh,
She's going Belgium. It's a big difference for round 1. So with no multi, this is going to be some points. It was Belgium and she moved off of it. Oh no. That would have been a crazy points for a round 1.
Definitely a bit frustrated with herself there. Knows how hard Moo's going to be to beat. She needs every point that she can get. But actually, okay, so Malfunction's win rate in no move is 11 out of 19, a little above 50%. Moo is actually 10 out of 21, so he's below 50. So... Wow. Maybe I misspoke. I don't think I'm giving Malfunction quite enough credit. She actually has been very strong in no move so far.
Yeah, wow, that's an impressive stat to bring up. See if she can do it here. It's round 2, and we're in Canada. We're in Moo's home country, but it's a big country at that. He's thinking a very specific town here. Westlock, he's kind of got it lined up here. Trying to find a grid that would work.
Yeah. Both in the prairies, although Moo in Alberta, Malfunction in Sask. Still a little bit of a difference here.
Moo locks it. The neighboring provinces. Who will have it? It is going to be Alberta. Moo is going to be closer, and it's going to deal 1,800 points of damage. That's what he needs right now, especially for the mental, to lock back in. If he wants to take us to NMPZ, we'll see if he can do it. We're going on to round 3 now in the no moving.
Okay, this is tricky.
This is a hard one. Very difficult round.
Wait, looking at here, is this Canada again? Or is it Europe? I can't tell. Yeah, Malfunction for Newfoundland. I don't mind the guess. Yeah, they're both in Newfoundland.
Yeah,
but these trees, I really do like these guesses. Yeah, the trees look very Newfoundland. Looks like we might have a bay to the southeast. Yeah, similar guesses.
Yeah, very similar guesses. It's going to be Malfunction, a little bit closer there, but really impressive stuff from both of these two players. Going to take us to round 4. Multiplier is going to rack up here. It's going to be 2.5 times damage now.
Yeah, that round, not an easy one. But players making it look easy. Ooh, do we have info? I don't know. Cimarron. I'm not sure that's a town or anything. Oh. It's just a political poster. I don't see any info. Moo going for Tijuana. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, we have hills. Yeah.
Yeah, both there.
Look at that.
Both just there. So quick, too. 22 points of damage. We're gonna go to round 5.
Quite a distinctive city, but still not that easy. But the player's making it look easy. As we go to round 5, which looks like, I don't know, maybe the UK or France or something, but hard to say. Wow.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
Don't know what we're looking at here. The road quality's kind of surprisingly poor here. I wonder if that puts us further east in Europe. I don't know.
I think it does, honestly. I'm partially considering like a Czechia even, or this is hard.
I could see that as well. We have one house in the distance, but it's not that revealing. Wow, yeah, this could end the game. But yeah, both going more east makes sense with the road quality.
A Hungary now from Moo. I didn't see where Malfunction put her. Guess she's in Romania. I like that too. It's Slovakia.
Like.
Moo's gonna be closer. He moved it out of Slovakia too. He's gonna deal 2,000 points of damage. Muna's got a big lead here. Malfunction, 1,900 health. Round 6, 3.5 times damage on an Australia. Got that double white center line and this general foliage. I could really enjoy Western Australia here. Moo's doing it, or a North. Yes, that's what I was just gonna say. The two options would be. Yep. We don't necessarily have North Territory pulls though.
Oh, we do actually.
We do.
We have a metal pull. Yeah.
There was one.
But
right
those
there.
are also found in northern Western Australia, so that's still completely possible. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense with this landscape. Maybe slightly more tropical looking than Australia normally is, so I do like the players going north here. But yeah, that metal pole is found Northern Territory and northern Western Australia. But the players, I think, are still split. I still think Moo's in WA, so this could still be big points. Moo could win here.
It's definitely possible. The timer runs out. And it's Moo closer. His initial zooms were really close to that correct location, but it doesn't even matter. He's just gonna take it right there. He's in Western Australia, and he wins the no move.
Yep, getting the right state was enough there. Not an easy round. Those areas can look very, very similar to each other. But he bounces back after the moving masterclass from Malfunction, and we get an MPZ.
NMPZ time, chat. Everybody lock in. We have no moving, panning, or zooming. It's one still singular image. All the players get, and it's our tiebreaker. Whoever wins this wins the matchup. Malfunction quickly guesses in Bahia in Brazil. Moo has yet to even open the map with only 5 seconds left. Where will he go? He's going South Africa. It's different continents, and Malfunction's on top of it.
My goodness. What a guess from Malfunction, by the way.
Wow.
4,500 on a round like that. So impressive. And I was just going to bring up, so far in NMPZ, Moo has won 9 out of 14, so he has a great win rate. Malfunction just 2 out of 8. But what a start for her in this one. But she does not look very pleased with this round.
No, she does not. Moo thinking Bhutan, but now he's zooming out. Oh, but he does lock it in. I like Bhutan here.
I wonder, I mean, with the multipliers, if Malfunction's not there, Moo could win.
Oh my god!
If it is Bhutan.
Oh my god! It is.
Yep. The multi-merchant.
No way.
Oh man.
Moo takes it on round 2. The back and forth. You gotta love NMPZ. What in the world?
Absolutely wild. I mean, that's pure bad luck for Malfunction with the multipliers. The way that multis were 1x in round 1 and 1.5 in round 2. That's what made the difference there. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, but that's so tough for Malfunction, who made that great Brazil guess. and you know, really needs points in the table right now. Is really fighting for that regional spot. So definitely an unfortunate result for her, but a very hotly contested match, very evenly matched, and yeah, we got what we came for.
Yeah, we sure did. I mean, she still does get 1 point added to that world ranking, so it's better than nothing. Moo's going to take home 2 points off that match. But what an exciting one. I absolutely loved watching that. That was so great. But guys, it's not our only match. We're going to get another really exciting one to come to. It's going to be RC versus Captain. So we're just getting absolutely treated today. Any thoughts on that next one coming up? RC Captain. Wow, what a match.
That's another amazing one. Again, we saw Captain play earlier against Debray, and Debray just destroyed him, but that was just because Debray was on something else. But again, we've seen Captain play so well so far in this league, and we saw Radu lose earlier at this one Gambit. So again, I think this is a really fun match against two of the best players that we have in this league.
Yeah, I mean, both players coming off of a loss right now, so this is going to be important for both of them, and both players who have sat pretty high up on the leaderboard consistently. So this should be a good one. I think it's going to be really exciting, really hotly contested. I cannot wait to have these players battle it out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, similar stats from the players here. The precision, I believe, was 61 for Captain, 64 for Radu. Exact same average guess time. Both players do like to take their time. 37 seconds is pretty long for that stat. And yeah, Radu with a slightly better win rate so far, but Captain also, you know, feeling like a contender for those top 12 spots, those automatic World Cup qualification spots. But yeah, again, this is another hard match to call. I mean, these are excellent players, and yeah, I just can't wait.
Yeah, this is going to be really great. Also, again, worth noting, like, Captain only has 17 matches. He took some weeks off here just earlier in the league. Again, all players will end up playing the same amount of matches, but right now, Captain's looking lower on the leaderboard, but many less matches played, so this is going to be an important one for the both of them. Two highly skilled individuals here.
But yeah, it's true. Captain does have one of the best win rates in the league in terms of points relative to how many matches he has played.
Yeah.
So see if he can keep that up, because of course Radu, you could say the same about him. US round, Radu, one of the best US players in the world. We say it a lot, but it does bear repeating. Currently in Ohio. Happy Maine baseball fields. Surely it's Maine. Surely that's not bait.
Yeah.
No zoom yet from Captain. He's a bit more south towards Virginia, West Virginia. Now he goes to Illinois.
Yeah, moving it over.
Oh my.
RC's just right there in Springfield, Ohio.
He must have found something, right? There's no way he just
knew.
There must have been. I didn't see Springfield written anywhere. It might have been on that sign in smaller text, but surely he didn't just know the town, right?
Yeah.
You never know with him, though.
Yeah, true. If anyone would randomly know without the sign, it would be him. But we go on to round two. It's going to be Thailand. Lots of Thai houses, Thai pools. Very Thai-looking landscape. And it looks more central or east here, just by the look of the soil and everything. It is going to be far east. Captain, going to be a little bit closer.
And again, like we said, Captain, I mean, at least prior to the moving game against Debray, he had the third highest moving win rate in the entire league, only behind Constance and Blinky, so ahead of Radu, which is really quite impressive, because again, he's a player we didn't really know how good he was coming into this league, but he's shown some serious prowess in moving and in every mode.
Yeah, I'd say Captain definitely the most impressive standout in the league. The most unexpected, absolutely dominant player.
No doubt. We knew Blinky, Constance, Radu, etc. were going to be great, but we didn't know about Captain. But he's been toe-to-toe with some of the best. Got a road number, the 9 for Captain. We'll see if he's able to find this. Does he have Evia? I mean, Evia is there to the south of him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I can't see because the map zoom level is different for us than them, but I think he might be. I think they're both on the road here. It looks like they are. Yep.
I think RC was farther south though. if I'm not mistaken. No, they're right there. They're right there. RC,
5K.
the 4999.
Wow. I thought 146 would be a 5K. Not quite.
Not quite, apparently. Maybe it's 145 for the 5K on this map.
Something like that. Transformers logo on the truck?
Oh, I missed
Transformers
that.
meta?
Yeah. Transformers meta? Who knows it?
Never seen that one. Oh, we got a sign though. Ayacucho. Cangallo. Ayacucho. They'll find this quickly, I imagine. There he is. Oh, he's got the sign though, Captain. Wait, it looked like he did. Oh my god, did the coverage change?
The coverage changed and he
It
lost
was in
the
Gen
sign.
4 and it went to Gen 3.
Oh,
Oh no, that's tragic because he saw the sign and it disappeared. But wait, he's on it.
Wait, he's right there. He's still right there anyways. He was a little farther south though at the last second. But he's still going to be super close. Really good guess there. RC, however, is going to deal 858 damage nonetheless.
You always hate when you see a sign and then the coverage changes and it goes away. That's the worst thing.
Yeah, no good.
Okay,
On
looks like
5. Yeah.
We've got
the US flag.
Those numbered streets like 100 West kind of thing that you only really see in Utah. Is the grids in Utah are like based off the distance to the Mormon temple or something, I think is why.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is. It's, yeah, it's definitely a distinctive thing. You don't really see street names like this anywhere else, except sometimes in Idaho, I think. But
I don't think I ever knew the reason for that.
yeah, I think it's because like the Mormon temple's at the center of the city. And anyway, he's in Idaho, so
Wow. Oh yeah.
Radu is
okay.
far north Utah, so won't be too much.
Yeah, I
of a
guess it's
difference.
are close, but it is Utah.
Yeah,
It's more central though.
Had a bit of an opportunity there for Radu. I wonder if he could have won if he had been really close. But he opted for far north, maybe just a region guess based off of the mountains that he saw. Okay. This is just a little bit of an info test for both, but Schumann is quite a big city, they both know it.
Yeah, they're both right there. Both
Trying
right there.
to narrow this down, triangulate. Looks like Radu probably has the 5K. Yeah,
Wow.
they both do.
They both have it. The double 5K.
Just a little test for both players there.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, but fun to see a 5K every once in a while.
Definitely is. Gotta love it.
Good luck 5King this, though. Bangladesh. No written info in the Latin alphabet, that is, but if you can read Bengali, probably going to be pretty happy here.
RC is known as one of the best Bangladesh players. Seems like he's confident in a town. He's locking it in. The pressure's on for Captain to follow. And Captain's down in health, 2,500. It's round 7. He's gonna just kind of make a central guess here.
Might have seen Pabna written on one of the signs, but Captain's still pretty close to him.
Yeah, very close by. It's gonna be a neighboring town. RC is gonna be closer. That's gonna be 676 more damage. Captain, 1,839 health now, while RC is still above 5K health. We only got 3 rounds left.
Oh boy. This looks pretty remote, though. Does look like the mountains of Argentina. But, again, it's a big country and it's a long country. You never quite know where you are north to south, so this could still be pretty significant. RC locks it in and Neoken just going for the no-move guess. Captain didn't find anything, so he's going to have to... Ooh, he's a bit more
He's going
north.
San Juan. Pretty decent enough difference with the 4.5 times multiplier. This will be big. It is going to be RC just right there. And with that, he's going to take the moving game, and we go on to no move.
Yeah, he lost the moving game to Swan Gambit. He was like, I am not letting that happen again.
Yeah.
Great guesses there. And again, that last one is effectively a no-moving guess, but he had such a good vibe for where he was just in the first place that he didn't need to move.
Not needed when you're that good, especially at Latin America, one of RC's specialties. And we're going to move on to no moving. We're on New Zealand by the looks of it. Captain, going North Island. I like the idea.
Yeah, these yellow dashed outer lines that you see at the edge of the road, very, very commonly seen in New Zealand. But yeah, where in New Zealand is definitely a tougher question. See if Radu agrees with the North Island. He does. He's currently just going for downtown Auckland.
Yeah. Captain, just central of the North Island, basically in that lake there. 10 seconds left now for Captain. Yeah, it's locked. Captain, you gotta follow suit. Are you gonna keep it in the middle? He's gonna go a little farther south here. But again, this is round 1, so we shouldn't see too many points. They're both on the same island in New Zealand. It is gonna be north of Auckland. So RC is gonna be closer there, and he's gonna deal actually 900 points, which is relatively big for round 1.
Indeed. Nice start for Radu there. Impressive guess. And is this, what is this, like Spain or... Oh man, I don't know.
Wow, this
should
is a hard
stop
one.
saying things because I really don't know on this one.
It is a hard one. I like this sort of Mediterranean vibe. RC thinking southern France.
Don't mind that either.
Captain's just kind of zoomed in on the Mediterranean Sea without a particular thought yet.
Radu goes for France. He likes it.
Wow.
And it is
And a Barcelona.
Spain for Captain. No. Oh,
he's debating it.
France. He
He's
doesn't
debating it. The 50-50. He's going to keep it in Spain by the looks of it. 3 seconds left on the clock. He leaves it there. The timer runs out. It's France versus Spain, and it's Greece.
Typical.
Wow. Really hard round. I mean, you get the Mediterranean vibe, and that's about it.
All right.
Go to round 3.
We're Europe here. Again, really not that obvious in terms of the country, though. Captain initially going, I think, Hungary? Sure.
Yeah, RC's following as well, so gonna both be in Hungary, and he's gonna lock it in too. So Captain, gonna follow in Hungary as well. It is just gonna be Hungary. It's gonna be way farther east though. But a couple more points down to Captain's health, and RC is gonna hold the flawless as we go into round 4.
Yeah, both players playing pretty well so far, although of course that Greece round was a bit of a wacky one. Back in the US, it was a sign for Culvers, which...
Ooh.
Okay, well that's a more helpful sign, isn't it?
Yeah, a bunch of signs there for both of these two players. The 15, the 20. Got West Yellowstone, Jackson. Lots of information.
Yep. West Yellowstone is there on the border between Wyoming and Montana. Looks like both are in Rexburg, Idaho. We do have a sign that says Idaho something something, so it's definitely Idaho. Captain locks in Idaho Falls, and yeah, it looks like it will be. We have the business loop and stuff for the interstate, so should be the right town here. See if you can 5K.
Get 2 5Ks. Maybe 2 4999s. Let's see. Timer's up, and it's Captain. Closer, but they're right there on the same row. That's the 4999 versus the 4998. 2 points with the multiplier.
No longer flawless.
No longer flawless. Round 5.
Instantly zooming into Serbia. Yeah, Mikhailo. I don't think that's particularly helpful. I like the Serbia guess, though. This Gen 3 coverage, sort of slight hills in the distance, all feels pretty good for Serbia.
I agree.
See if Radu agrees. Looks like he does.
Yeah. Both pretty close to each other as well. Let's see, the timer runs out. It's going to be Captain closer, but they're both pretty much right there. Captain is going to continue to deal some damage now. He's won these 2 in a row. Let's see if he can keep some wins up, possibly take us to NMPZ. But for now, RC still has a big lead.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, round 6 looks tough. Is it just some low cam, though?
Ah.
I think it is.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. That certainly helps, because otherwise...
Yeah, it does look
really
it does look like Japan. I do like the Japanese vibe even without the cam. but it's hard. I mean, we've gotten quite a few of these very random Japanese forests here that are quite hard to region guess. But both players are pretty much right next to each other right now, so we actually shouldn't see too many points as long as the guesses stay where they are.
Yep, similar guesses. Does end up being a little north. Both players probably a little bit scared to commit that far up, but still solid guesses from both.
Yeah, Captain Kani gets closer to evening it out. 700 point differential now between the two players. But we are in round 7. The multiplier is 4 times damage now. We've got 4 rounds to go, including this one. And we're on Kenya.
Radu just sending downtown Nairobi. Ooh, Captain's pretty far north of him. It's just urban. I could see Nairobi. It doesn't have to be, though. Hard to say.
Yeah, both just pretty central. Wow, Captain, what is that guess? He even looks surprised at himself.
Radu sends him a GG. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Radu send that many GGs to other players for guesses, but that's an impressive guess. And a deserved
Very
GG,
impressive
for sure.
guess. Love to see RC dropping the GG. Yeah,
Yep.
even Captain looks surprised at that one.
Good sportsmanship. Yeah, I mean, that's a really impressive guess there. This does look like BC. I like the Vancouver area guess.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, regardless, it's definitely Pacific Northwest. I like BC quite a bit. I guess maybe there's a possibility of Washington, but
Could be, yeah.
it's just
Definitely
BC,
see it.
yeah. Just gonna go BC there. I like it a lot.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
How?
Excuse me? And Captain responds with a GG
Wow.
of his own when RC gets the correct town. What in the world is that?
Insane.
Round 9 now, and both players are above half health. We've only got 2 rounds to go, including this one. Will Captain take it and bring us to NMPZ for the tiebreaker, or is RC going to take it right here, right now? You got 2 rounds to do it. Can he win the whole thing and get 3 points to the world ranking? Or will Captain bring us to NMPZ? 40 seconds left to go on this Sweden round. We had some signs, but really not too much to go off of. This is a hard one.
Nah, the town's called Norrvalja, but I'm guessing that's super, super small. But we do have a red road here, which is most commonly found in, like, western Dalarna, which is where both players are. Well, okay. Captain's more eastern, but, yeah, Dalarna is generally a good county to click in if you see a red road, I think, in Sweden. So that's probably why the players are being pulled towards this area. But we'll see, it's super even.
Yeah, it's really close guesses here. Really close in health. Who will be closer here? Neither player's that close to the correct location, but Captain's going to deal a little bit more damage. He's got almost a 1,000-point lead here now going into our final round. Round 10. What will happen?
Oh my.
Oh my, what are we looking at? Ooh, is
Is this US?
US or is it Canada?
Not sure. Either way, it's probably not that bad of a round for Radu.
Yeah, a little more in his favor here. He's quite good at North America. The Americas in general, you could say. But
Incredibly good at US. Also, of course, quite good at Canada, but I'm not actually sure which one it is, so we'll see what they end up going for.
I'm not sure either, and I don't think the players are sure either. The timer is running out here, 15 seconds left on the clock, and neither player seems very confident. Captain has sort of zoomed in on the New England area. RC now actually up in Quebec. Captain, debating New York or Quebec? Oh, wow.
Sticks with Quebec, Captain in New York.
The timer runs out, and they're in the separate countries. This could be anybody's game. RC is going to be closer with the multiplier. He's going to take it, winning him the entire matchup.
Wow, so close, and super unfortunate for Captain that happens in the final round on those high multipliers. Of course, excellent guess from Radu, but Captain played very, very well there. Definitely unfortunate to come away with nothing, but Radu with a really nice 2-0 bounce back after losing earlier to Swan Gambit. So, yep, back on track.
Yeah, back on track. for sure. Let's take a look at what else happened off of the stream. Looks like Pan actually got a 2-0 over Gingy, which is surprising. Gingy was sitting in 10th place at the beginning of this slot, so really impressive stuff from Pan. And looks like Harrier got a 2-0 over Kent. This was a very fun little slot here. Wow, any thoughts here?
Harrier is on a tear. Like, this man he cannot be stopped. He has been playing incredibly well, and Pan too. I mean, and Gingy, to be fair, all of them have been playing super, super well, but Pan, again, I think in the last broadcast that I did 2 weeks ago, one of my biggest dark horse prediction was that Pan makes the World Cup, despite the fact that he's still fairly low in the standings right now. But I think he's gotten pretty unlucky, and we've seen just how insane he is. And yeah, he showed it there. 2-0 against Gingy is a really impressive result.
Yeah, impressive stuff. Yeah, it was. What was it? Yeah. Against Gingy. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the other match as well. That's my apologies. But yeah, really impressive stuff, as you mentioned. Very good stuff. We are going to see Gingy again later today. But before that, let's talk really quickly about what the World League is leading up to. It's all about these majors that are coming up, guys. May 18th, the APAC Major. It's going to be in Tokyo Red in the Tokyo Tower. You do not want to miss that one. Going to be super exciting. The America's Major in Dallas at DreamHack, and the EMEA Major in Jönköping, Sweden for the glitched esports event, guys. And all of that even still is leading up to the GeoGuessr World Cup this summer, August 29th and 30th in Copenhagen, Denmark. Make sure to grab your tickets and come meet us there. It's going to be a great time. And guys, subscribing on Twitch adds to that overall prize pool for the World Cup, and you're going to get a chance to win a GeoGuessr goodie bag. So get a sub in, and each week we will give out a different GeoGuessr goodie bag winner. This last week's winner was Dioka11. They've been DM'd on Twitch, and if you want to win, sub, and maybe you can get one too. Guys, with all that said, we're gonna go to a little short break, and then we're gonna come back for our final slot of the day. It's gonna be a great time. You don't want to miss that final slot. The first match is gonna be Debre versus Gingy. Gingy did lose that last game that we saw off stream against Pan, but he has been absolutely killing it, and we saw Debre put on a crazy masterclass just earlier today. So let's see how that one goes. We'll see you when we come back from the break.
Dear fans of GeoGuessr, it's time for us to explore the world. Come and support your favorite players as they fight it out in the virtual boxing ring. The prize? A ticket to the World Cup. This year's major locations are Japan, inside the iconic Tokyo Tower. United States at DreamHack Dallas, one of the largest gaming festivals in the world. And finally, Sweden at the newest gaming festival, Glitched, in Jönköping. Go to geoguessr.com/World Cup for more information. We will see you there.
I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. With 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup, Denmark. Let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. We have historic buildings, world-class dining. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. I'm your host, Bloom, joined by the legendary Jake Lyons. As always, we're here to walk you through the games each week, guys. We've been having a great time hanging out, watching some amazing GeoGuessr. It's been super fun. And there's one more slot to go. That means 2 more matches left. And we're starting off with an absolute banger of a match. It's actually the match I was looking forward to the most this week. It's going to be Debre versus Gingy. I think it should be really exciting. These 2 players are so talented. And they're both characters in their own way, so it should be a good time. Anything you want to talk about here? Looking forward to this, Jake.
Yeah, I love this matchup. Like you said, one of the most exciting of the day. It's been a great day of games, but yeah, pretty different playstyles, I would say. I mean, Debre definitely more of a moving inclined player, a little bit more calculated. Gingy tends to be a little more fast-paced in the way that he guesses, but I mean, we saw Debre's performance earlier today, absolutely dominant against Captain. We haven't seen Gingy today, but he did just lose 2-0 in a game off screen. So definitely, you know, Debre might have a little bit more momentum at the moment going into this match. But again, 2 of the strongest players in the league, both very high up in the standings, and both vying for those direct World Cup qualification spots.
Yeah, should be a really good match here. Yeah, that average guess time, 31 seconds on Gingy. I actually could have expected that to be a little lower, but they're actually pretty close there. We'll see how that ends up actually playing out here in this match, but yeah, it does seem like you look at those stats, Debre performing a little bit better than Gingy, but both performing very well, nonetheless, high up on the leaderboard. So this should be a really good one. Really important for both of them where they're standing. So as we can just say, Gingy in 10th, Debre in 15th. But Debre's only played 18 matches while Gingy's played 23, and there's only a 2-point differential between them on the world ranking. That is pretty unreal.
Yeah, that's quite a notable difference there. Debre's place in the standings is a little bit lower than it probably should be, just given the number of matches that he's played. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think Gingy's average guess time is a little bit higher than expected, just because I think it feels like he shifted his playstyle a little bit more, and he's taking his time on moving more than he used to. That's part of what's happening there. But yeah, Debre, again, phenomenal moving player. We saw that on full display against Captain. So we'll see if he can keep it up.
Start off on an Israel. Gingy is going to start off a little bit closer here, so it doesn't seem like we'll see another Debre flawless, but they're both quite close. We're going to go in round 2. Gingy's got the hair spiked today. I like that.
Yeah.
That's new. He's been experimenting with the hair.
God, it's like a right triangle.
Yeah.
The Pythagorean theorem on his hair.
Good. I think that might be my favorite thing I've ever heard you say in a cast.
Oh man. I couldn't help it. Yeah.
Have to.
I got a math class to go and teach right after this, so I've got my mind on triangles, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. Alright, they both are quite close. Gingy a little closer here. Maybe he flawlesses. Maybe the hair gives him the flawless.
The flawless on over Debre on moving would be quite the achievement. Is this the Yukon here?
I like the Yukon. I think that's a great option for what this looks like here. But we'll see. A brake check. I thought that green sign might have been something important, but
not quite. Debre zooming
North
out.
BC, actually, I do like that.
I could see a BC as well, for sure.
Because is this Gen 3 or is it Gen 2?
2, I think.
2 it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like the North BC, actually. Back when the Yukon was only Gen 2, I mapped it, actually, and I don't recognize this, so I like the BC.
Yep. No, I like the guess, and it looks like both players, I think, similar vibes here. Gingy. Oh, he switched, though. He switched to Yukon.
Nope.
Oh, he switched back.
Last second in BC. It is BC. They're pretty equidistant, but Debre's going to be a wee bit closer. They're going to deal 130 points of damage. We're going to go into round 4. they are. They're playing no move.
Yeah, so far...
Wait, Debray. What in the world is that from Debray? He's Is he just... Oh, wait. Gingy's there, too. What did it say on the sign? What did we miss?
The name of the lake or something. I didn't quite catch it. I mean, it's Austria, but it's quite flat. But, ooh, Gingy switches off.
Gingy moves. Gingy moves. Last second. He's going to be not too happy with that. Debray. Right there on it.
I don't know if he just knew, like, the town name or if there was, like, the lake name or a sign of a larger town or something that he saw, but very impressive from Debray getting that in a very short amount of time. Any chance he insta-sends this? He's got his pin down, but...
Yeah, let's see.
Gingy's got pretty much the exact same idea.
Jake, I just had to double check and make sure we were actually playing moving right now. I had to look up and at the top, and they're not playing moving at all.
Especially what we saw from Debray in the first moving game. It's definitely a change, but I think it's just that the locations in this seed have happened to be quite a bit more rural than the ones we saw last time.
Yeah. I think so.
He won the last match on a Thailand round. I saw him chatting in my server, and I think he actually found an area code, I want to say, that allowed him to narrow down that Thailand round where he won against Captain. So he's been good with Thailand so far. We will see if he's able to get anything. I think he can read, so it looks like he's trying to find some kind of province name. I think there might be one.
We'll see. I mean, neither looks too confident yet, but they'll just kind of have the map ready to make a guess when they need to. 10 seconds left now. There was a sign there, a provincial something. I couldn't read what it said, and we have a road number for Debray.
He has a provincial road abbreviation as well as a national road. Gingy also has a sign. Debray's moving further east. It works.
Yeah, really nice stuff there from Debray. Very big points. 3,000 damage to Gingy's health.
Apparently Debray's been... He said he's been studying Thailand recently, and yeah, it's really paying off for him today so far.
Yeah, it really looks like it is. Round 7, instant Finland guess from Gingy. Pressure's on. Debray follows suit, similar area.
Yeah, sort of short trees. We got finished road lines and snow poles. Makes perfect sense for this northern area here.
Yeah, Gingy a little bit closer, but they're both pretty much right there on.
2 or 3 rounds to go, rather. Still pretty close. I mean, with the multipliers this high, 2k points is not that many. It all depends on the rounds that we get here.
Round 8. Wow. 4.5 times damage. Beautiful round.
Toba, interesting. Wow, what a beautiful round. Lake Toba is such a cool place. I think that is probably where we are here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Samosir, exactly. Samosir is the island.
Yeah.
But the Kabupaten, or the Regency of Samosir, also includes some of the areas to the south of the island, I believe. So I think where Debray is also makes sense. But yeah, gotta love Lake Toba.
Yeah, very beautiful. Wow. Players kind of trying to line something up, but Debray not on that main island. But Gingy actually going to be closer on Samosir. 40 points of damage. Gonna take us to round 9. We're almost at round 9 here. We're almost gonna finish this game. 2 rounds to go. 5 times multiplier right now in round 9 out of 10.
Mexico. Ooh, does Gingy have info? Does Debray? Is there info on that? Maybe there's an area code or something.
Well, maybe. Hard to tell. Debray's now looking at a sign Gingy was looking at earlier.
Yep. It's kind of close to Mexico City here.
Yeah. Gingy just north of it. Debray west of it. In Michoacan. And it's gonna be in between them. Wow. Debray, I guess a little bit closer, but it's round 10 now. It's gonna be our final round. Gingy's gotta make a really big comeback. He needs a really big guess here. Otherwise, Debray probably gonna have more health here and take it. But we are in what appears to be a US. If Debray finds an area code, it is definitely over. Debray, one of the few players, again, as we mentioned, to have all the area codes in the US memorized.
Yep. Gingy went ahead and guessed. I'm not sure if Debray has much. Downingtown, yeah, not so much, but I think they're in similar areas here.
Oh
yeah,
my
wow.
god, Debray!
Debray, insane.
Unreal performance there. Debray taking it on round 10 in the moving, and we go on a no move.
Yep, another dominant performance from Debray. He is on a roll today. We will see if Gingy can make a comeback here in the no move. But, yeah, Debray looking so scary.
We're on no move now. We have a Finland and a Sweden from these two players. Again, no moving now. Can't move up and down the road anymore, but as you can see, they can definitely still pan around. Still zoom. Debray debating Sweden and Finland, going back and forth. Gingy and Finland. Debray locks it in Sweden.
Yeah, it's hilly, but it's not hilly enough that it can't be Finland. It is indeed Finland.
That is going to be Finland. A good start for Gingy. Not too many points, but it's definitely a start. Round 2, here we come. Multi just 1.5 times damage. Debray spawns it and looks instantly at the antenna. Got Ukraine from both players.
Gingy has won 14 of 22 no-move games so far. Debray 13 of 17, so even stronger win rate for Debray, but both very, very good win rates, so both feel very comfortable in this mode.
Yeah. 10 seconds left now. The pressure has been put on by Debray. Gingy's got to follow, and he's farther south. He's near Moldova, and he's keeping it there. Timer's going to run out while he's there. Who's going to be closer? It's going to be Debray. That's going to be some decent damage. 1,000 points there. Debray has the lead now. We go to round 3.
Yep, middle click pays off for Debray on that one. Round number 3 looks like the US instantly going for New Mexico. Both players, actually.
I like it.
Yeah, could see it for sure. Very sort of dry, shrubby landscape.
Gingy's farther north, while Debray is farther south. But yeah, again, both pretty close. Debray is going to be closer. Just going to keep doing chip damage here by the looks of it. I mean, Debray does extend his lead. He's now got a 1,000-point lead. But really still a close game.
Yep.
Round 4.
Bhutan, yeah,
Bhutan,
looks
instant.
like a pretty big urban area to the south. That might just be Thimphu. I don't know if it could be anything else. Gingy's thinking about Paro. There's not a lot of big cities in Bhutan, so I feel like the safe guess is just to go for Thimphu here.
Yeah.
Still thinking about Paro.
Is he gonna move it? He's kind of hedging between them
Gonna
now.
hedge. Yep.
That makes sense. I mean, Bhutan's a small country.
It is Paro.
It is Paro. Gingy's gonna be closer. Again, small country, small points. 268. Just evens it out a little bit, chipping back and forth at each other right now. Close game. Round 5, 3 times damage now on the multiplier. Things start to get serious around here, especially on big countries like Russia.
Yep. Russia, we've got some fall coverage, which you see in a few oblasts around the country. You see it in Tula, which is around where Gingy is right now. You see it in Bryansk, which is a bit southwest of there. There are a few places where you'll get some fall coverage. It looks like Bryansk is where Debray is now. I could definitely see either one here. Really hard to say. Now Gingy thinking about Chelyabinsk. Russia's so tricky, especially in urban environments like this where you don't see much of the surrounding landscape.
Wow, Debray's locking it in.
Yep, goes for Bryansk. Gingy currently in Tula. I don't think it would end the game, but it would be pretty significant damage in either direction.
Let's see. Timer runs out. Wow, it's just east of Kazan. Gingy technically a little closer, so he's gonna deal pretty big damage there.
Classic Russia.
Classic.
Random Udmurtia. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Speaking of Russia,
we're back.
Oh, boy, we have one in the Urals and one near Irkutsk. This is still major.
Yeah.
I thought more east, honestly. It looks eastern to me.
Yeah, Gingy is now looking over at Irkutsk.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Just in the mountains like this. He's thinking about Krasnoyarsk as well. Debray just looking at some off-roads. But it looks like Debray feels pretty confident about the area. See if Gingy follows. Or if he stays in the Urals.
Ooh, he's keeping it there. No, is he gonna move?
Oh my gosh.
Gingy, what are you gonna do? Gingy, what are you gonna do? No, he's not doing it. 1 second, he keeps it there. Who's closer? It's gonna be Debray.
With the 5K!
Right
what?
With the 5K!
No chance. How? How did he... What? You could see his reaction. He couldn't even believe it himself. That is... What? How did he 5K that? It's a random white off-road and just a curve in the road. Absolutely nuts from Debray.
That's the best guess of the week. I mean, that's just it. Sometimes they're just so clear. That is guess of the week. Wow.
I mean, man, it's like he had an idea of the area. He thought it was Irkutsk. He found an off-road he liked, and then he used the road angle to triangulate. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Nailed it.
Bringing back the math. Shout out Pythagorean theorem. But wow, I mean, what in the world? That is just unbelievable. What an amazing game to witness there. Debray takes the 2-0 over Gingy. Very impressively, nonetheless. Really nice match. I mean, what else can even be said? What else can be said?
What incredible gameplay we've seen today from Debray. I mean, yeah, one of the best individual performances across a couple of matches that we've seen so far. No doubt.
Definitely. But guys, it's not the last one. This next game it's going to be Orlando versus MK. We saw Orlando pull off a bit of a crazy comeback earlier today, and now he's up against MK, one of the GOATs of the game. These are both some of the GOATs of the game. Let's see how it goes, and we're going to get to talk to Orlando after this match, regardless of the outcome, because we haven't had a chance to speak with Orlando yet, but we have spoken with MK before. So we'll catch up with him after this, regardless of how it goes. But this is going to be a fun one. Orlando, 47% win rate, again, hasn't been performing maybe as well as expected or as he's like to. I know we say that often, but it's hard because all these players are so talented. They all deserve to be here, so we'll see what he can do up against MK.
Yep, see a little bit of contrast in the stats between these two players. The average guess time much lower for MK. He just sends super fast no matter what mode he's playing, and he also has a much higher win rate, partly due to the higher precision. I mean, the combination of higher precision with lower guess time is really impressive, because it's like he's getting better guesses in a shorter time, and there's a reason he's in 4th place. So this should be a good one, but Orlando definitely feeling the pressure. He's definitely on kind of the brink of, is he going to qualify for regionals or not? But definitely feels like he needs to pick up some wins, but MK's a very tough person to do that against.
Yeah, definitely. Both in Guerrero here to start us off. MK is going to be right there on it. Wow.
What a guess from MK. I mean, he guessed in like 5 seconds maybe.
He's on the road. That's unbelievable. That's actually unbelievable. I don't even know what to say.
And I mean, take nothing away from Orlando's guess either, because like realistically, if it was me, I probably would have been halfway across the country. So really impressive.
Yeah, seriously impressive. Also worth noting, these two players actually do have the exact same amount of matches played. We've been noting that the players that don't, especially when there have been some pretty big differences, but these two players actually have the exact same amount and are sitting where they're sitting, so.
Yep.
Good to note.
Yeah, an important match for both. I mean, again, Orlando trying to make sure he qualifies for those regionals. MK trying to make sure he qualifies directly for the World Cup. It's by no means a guarantee, despite the strong start for him.
Yeah, those majors are really going to mean a lot for who actually ends up qualifying.
I think there's a state here, but I didn't even see where Orlando clicked. I think Orlando found the state. I'm not sure. MK's scanning for the state, but he hasn't found it, as far as I can tell. Yep.
Orlando. What a great guess to come back with, especially after MK with that insane round 1.
Yeah, learn your subdivisions. It's like, I mean, looks like neither of them knew it, but Orlando was able to find Quara State there in the end, and a solid 2k damage. This is how you beat MK. You got to get rounds with info, and you got to be able to use it more efficiently than him. Because if it comes down to a region guess, he's almost never gonna lose.
Very true. Seems like both players are kind of maybe trying to line something up, but they aren't moving, and they're just kind of using the one signs that they have. They're not moving around any more than that.
I mean, Was
kind of have, yeah.
MK has the town, or one of them, on the sign. He goes ahead and sends there. I mean, Orlando has the same sign. He does move to Vancouver Island now. He's not quite in the same place, I don't think. But yeah, now at this point they're both pretty close.
Yeah, he moves it a little farther south right there last second, and it actually gets him closer. Great stuff there. Orlando extends his lead. MK 3,700 health. Orlando 5,700 health.
Orlando definitely gonna feel like he wants to win this moving game. He's not necessarily. I don't think he considers himself a great moving player, but still probably his comparative advantage when it comes to playing against MK. So he wants to keep this lead, but again, it's so hard to do when MK sends so fast and just knows where he is.
Both players in the same state. MK, a little bit closer though.
It's about half the deficit gone right there. So
Yeah.
5 rounds to go, though. Lots to play for.
Round 6 is 3.5 times damage now. We're on a turkey by the looks of it. Some Turkish language. Turkish trash bin there. Those can be very helpful.
Iznik. I just looked up Iznik the other day. It's in Bursa province. It was the center of porcelain production in the Ottoman Empire was Iznik.
Wow.
I was just doing research on this. Yeah, that's so funny.
That's awesome.
I think Orlando might have found it, but they both have it. Yep.
They both have it. Wow. Great stuff there. 70 points difference. 70 points of damage, I should say.
Yeah, that sort of knowledge won't usually win you GeoGuessr games, but it's fun to have anyway.
Yeah. That's the fun stuff.
Yeah. That's what I love most about it.
Round 7 now. And we're in Mexico. MK's locking it in fast. Orlando's kind of letting the time run out. He's going to go Sinaloa as well.
Similar.
Wow.
Pretty much the same exact guess here.
That's impressive stuff. I wonder if they're both going to be on it here. They are both in the correct state, but MK is going to be a little closer. It is farther south. Just chipping back and forth right now in this moving game.
3 rounds to go, and it's basically dead even here.
Yeah, Orlando with a slight lead, but not too much. 4.5 times damage now, anyone's game. Yeah, Bangladesh.
I doubt either player can read Bengali. I could be mistaken. But maybe they'll just be using architecture clues. Wow. Orlando's sending southeast immediately. I don't know if it's because he sees the blue roof or something, but not the same guess from MK. It works for Orlando.
It works out. 1,700 damage down to MK's health. Orlando now has a really big lead here, and we only have 2 rounds left. 5 times multiplier, though, so it's doable for MK to make a comeback. He's going to make a quick, fast guess here in Chihuahua, Mexico.
Putting the pressure on.
Wow, Orlando's following suit.
And goes for Chihuahua, too.
Right there. But MK, what?
Whoa. What a guess.
What kind of guess is that, MK?
That's actually pretty significant damage, too. Despite Orlando's guess, honestly, being quite good.
They're now quite close here. 2300 to 1900, basically 2K. In round 10, this is our final round.
Oh boy, looks like another Mexico here. Can anybody find info, or are they just gonna go for it? Orlando locks it in. Is there info there for MK? I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't really tell either. Doesn't look like there is because he's kind of looking away from it. He's only got 5 seconds left to guess, though.
Sonora. It says Sonora.
It says Sonora.
It says SON. That's Sonora.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
He didn't see it. Where did Orlando guess?
He still got it though.
He still got it. He's still gonna be closer with that, and he'll take the moving game.
Wow. MK. Yeah, he didn't realize what SON meant, but he was just north enough to take the game.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. What a crazy first game there.
Yeah, that was a crazy way to start us off. We're gonna
We've
go
had
on.
some insane games today. Like
Yeah,
all throughout, it's been non-stop excitement.
Now it's no move time, everybody. 1-3-60 panorama. MK. We're 10 seconds into the round and he makes his guess.
Southwestern Queensland. This is just middle of nowhere in the outback.
Yeah.
Okay, Orlando, New South Wales. Pretty different guesses.
Yeah,
MK
it is just
locked
gonna be
in.
Queensland. Wow, MK. So hard to go up against. Our second place at the last GeoGuessr World Cup 2024. Got there by playing fast like this. That 10-second guess is so accurate.
Yep. Orlando's win rate NMPZ 6 out of 11, a little above 50%. MK is 4 out of 8. But MK's accuracy is higher. MK, let's see, 44.6% of his NMPZ guesses have been over 4,500 points, which is crazy impressive.
Wow. Wow. Very impressive stuff. MK flawlessing still. Round 3. It's only round 3, but we'll see if he can extend that flawless. Looks like we're back in Austria by the looks of it.
Yep.
Near Vienna here from MK. Orlando, similar, but a little farther west. Wow. It's going to be Orlando. Really good guess there. Dealing 232 damage. Breaks the flawless. Takes us round 4.
We'll see if we get... Wait, why was I talking about NMPZ win rates? We're playing no move. Good lord.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good. I just thought you were like, if we get there.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, MK is 18 for 22 in no move. And Orlando is just 7 for 21, so that's actually a very big difference.
That is a very big difference. Wow.
Oh my god.
Whoa, wait, what?
Wow. I mean, the road lines, I think, making the players think it was France, but you can get some wonky road lines sometimes in Bulgaria. It's less common, but you do see it on occasion. Crazy round there.
Round 5 now. 3 times damage. Argentina.
MK with a very specific zoom in the Andes here. Wonder if he has an idea here. So it's always scary when he zooms in this far.
Yeah. They're both really far zoomed in, though, but MK is on an exact road.
See, he is a bit further north. Actually, quite a bit further north. It's Orlando! What a guess!
He's on top of it! He takes us to NMPZ!
Wow, what a guess! Incredible from Orlando. Mountainous Argentina round. Amazing, wow.
Unreal!
That is huge. And for a player who, again, he's fighting for his regional spot, and he'd only been 7 out of 21 in no move games so far, that is a huge win against one of the best players in the league.
NMPZ now. One still singular image.
South Chile here.
Yeah, guessing quick here from
Surely
MK.
both players get the country, I would imagine. Orlando has yet to put a pin to... Oh, he's going far south, though.
He's going very far south.
Wow.
And MK's on top of it.
Yep. That was definitely a risk from Orlando. Because if it's not there, it's not going to be very close to there.
Yeah.
But it's only round 1.
Great start. Great start from MK.
Honestly, though, even getting 1 point against MK is an achievement in itself. So,
Yeah.
you know, even if Orlando can't win the NPC, he'll still feel pretty good about that Argentina guess getting him a point in the table. We have very different guesses again here.
Yeah, wow, MK is unreal on an NPZ. I mean, that's 3,000 damage on round 2. Orlando, going into round 3, only has 1,150 health.
He is absolutely locked in right now to insanely precise NPC guesses. And like I said, about 45% of his NPC guesses are at least 4,500 points, which is really, really high. Might be the highest in the league. I haven't checked, but it's something else.
His guesses are just so fast. He's already in. This time Orlando is going to be closer. He's going to break the flawless on round 3. 1,500 points of damage. Very nice stuff. We're going to go to round 4.
Yeah. Just one of the most impressive things is like he doesn't need time. Like he just knows immediately where he is. A lot of players need to kind of think through what they're seeing, but it's like he has the vibe immediately almost every time. Except whatever this is. I mean, this one would take anyone a little bit of time. I have no clue what we're looking at here.
Even MK looks confused. He shook his head there. This is a hard one. Oh, Denmark. I like that. I mean, I could see different continents here. I could see it happening. I don't know if we will, but it's possible these players could go different continents.
I would say they both maybe looks more European, but
yeah,
in terms of what country, I really don't have a clue.
He's going Germany. I guess it could just be a hedge for Europe, or it could be a guess. We'll see. Wow. Wow, with that actually is going to take the game for him on round 4 in NMPZ.
Wow. 4 rounds is all he needed. Amazingly precise NMPZ guesses from MK. And he takes the match despite the amazing Argentina guess from Orlando. Orlando, again, I don't think he'll be too disappointed. I mean, he got 1 point out of that match, which is hard to do against MK in the first place. But MK takes it in the end.
Yeah, he does end up taking it in the end there. Very impressive stuff from MK. And he's showing, as he does week to week, why he's up there on that world ranking. Why he was 1 guess away almost from winning the GeoGuessr World Cup. I mean, that game was so close. So 2nd place World Cup, now here in the world ranking. Absolutely killing it. Very well deserved. Let's take a look at what happened, though. In the whole day and off stream, just in this slot, looks like Kent 2-0'd Mata off stream. But otherwise, we saw that Debray at Gingy 2-0, and then MK Orlando 2-1. And then this is everything else that happened today. Any thoughts on when you look back at the matches we had today, Jake?
What a day. I mean, from start to finish, we had such excitement. I mean, Debray against Captain was an absolute masterclass. Swan Gambit with the upset over Radu. Malfunction versus Moo was super intense. I mean, MK Orlando, we had some amazing matches. Kent with a nice bounce back win over Mata. But yeah, honestly, one of the best days we've had so far, in my opinion.
I agree. Really great matches, and we're going to get a chance to speak to Orlando. We've spoken MK before, so we're going to try and get Orlando to get on for a little chat, because we haven't spoken to him yet. You guys just wait for that when he is ready. But for now, we can look at the overall standings now that Week 12 is finished. It's officially over, and this is where we stand. Anything you want to talk about here?
We see Harrier, so impressive, up in 6th place. Again, we've said it before, but he started the league so far down, so that's really, really impressive for him. Orlando up into the top half after a couple of good performances today. Debray, again, the placement 15th really does not tell the whole story for Debray. I'm not even sure if that's updated, actually. Is it updated?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm not totally sure, to be honest. I think possibly some of it is, but there it is.
Speaking of which.
There it is. I was like, this doesn't look exactly totally updated yet, but
yep. Well, now Debray jumps into 8th place, and again, 44 points in 20 matches is really impressive. If you're above 2 points per match, you're sitting pretty. So yeah, lots of fun results there. Swan Gambit climbs out of last place with the win against Radu, and Pan also climbing, and we'll see if he can continue to do that.
Yeah, I also, Harrier up in 5th now. He is just on a tear, as you were mentioning earlier. I hope we get to see some more of his matches in future broadcasts. But guys, we're ready to talk to Orlando, who we haven't spoken to yet. So let's catch up with him and see how he's doing. Orlando, my friend, how are you? How are you feeling after today?
Hi guys, what's up? I'm feeling good. Obviously, you know, I could have won against MK. It was a very close game, especially the first match, first round of the moving game. But overall, I'm happy with it. I got the win against Clement, and I got at least 1 point against MK, so that's always good.
Yeah, we were just mentioning that too. You getting a point off MK. I mean, he's been pretty dominant, but getting a point, that's really great. And it was really close. I mean, that NMPZ MK kind of ended up popping off a little bit, but you had some great guesses. That Argentina, you want to talk about that one in to win the no move?
Yeah, that Escal round, it was, I guess, mostly based off the vegetation. I thought it was way too many trees to be like north. Although the mountains looked like they could be like around Mendoza with very like tall mountains with pointy, rocky tops. But I feel like the trees, the vegetation made me go a little bit more south, and I remember seeing some stuff similar around Escal, so that's why I tried it.
Yeah. Well, that was a super impressive guess. We were going crazy. So, yeah, congrats on that one. I guess I just wanted to ask, how do you feel in general about where you are right now, and in terms of your chances of qualifying for the World Cup or qualifying for regionals? How are things feeling for you?
Yeah, it's not the best. I feel like I expected to be doing a little bit better by now. Of course, we're like on the later half already of the World League, so probably, I think for me there's like 15 games remaining, so there's still, you know, good possibilities, although I still have to face Blinky and Consoles and Captain and Finbar, so I mean, a lot of tough opponents coming in on the next games. But at least on the Americas, my placement is decent for qualifying. I feel like, although I'm 5th, I feel like I got a little bit of an edge against Foul and Oceanman, so that's good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to step it up a little bit for the World Cup, so hopefully I'll get there.
Yeah, well, best of luck. We'll be rooting for you for sure.
Yeah, you feel, and you have that LAN experience, so you feel like if you can at least make it to that America's major, your chances will be good, or how you feeling?
Yeah, so I really want to make it to the Americas. That's something I need to do, and I think my chances are going to be good. Although this year the Americas is going to be really tough with MK Radu that didn't compete last year. But you know, I'll do my best and hopefully get some good results.
Well, amazing. Orlando, thank you so much for talking to us, man, and best of luck going forward in the league, dude. Seriously.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good talking to you guys.
What a guy. I love talking to Orlando. He's such a little like ball of like happiness and joy all the time. You know, it's amazing. I remember when I first met him, I was surprised by that. It's just like he's like a little light, you know? It's amazing.
Yeah,
but guys,
no, he's so fun to talk to, yeah.
But yeah, guys, that's it from us. That's it. That's GeoGuessr World League Week 12 done. I hope you guys enjoyed so many amazing matches we had today. It's been a lovely time being your host as always. Jake, any closing thoughts?
Nope, I'm good. Same as always. Thanks all for watching. Thanks all for the continued support. And yeah, what another amazing week we had.
Yeah, a really good week. Guys, check out Jake Lands on Twitch and, oh wait, this way. Check out Jake Lands on Twitch and YouTube, guys. A legend, makes amazing content and has some great streams, so check him out. But guys, it's been a lovely time. Make sure to check out some highlights from the World League on the YouTube channel every week. I'm making those videos for you guys, and I hope you're enjoying them. So tune in on the YouTube for the best highlights from the games and everything. Guys, it's been a lovely time. I've been Project Bloom. You can check me out on Twitch if you want. And we'll see you around, guys. Enjoy the day. I've been Bloom, and as always, peace.
See ya.
Dear fans of GeoGuessr, it's time for us to explore the world. Come and support your favorite players as they fight it out in the virtual boxing ring. The prize? A ticket to the World Cup. This year's major locations are Japan, inside the iconic Tokyo Tower. United States at DreamHack Dallas, one of the largest gaming festivals in the world. And finally, Sweden at the newest gaming festival, Glitched, in Jönköping. Go to geoguessr.com/World Cup for more information. We will see you there.
I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. With 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. Let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. We have historic buildings. World-class dining. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals.